Watching seasons change, our roads were lined with adventure. Mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees.
snake-snatching, bushwhacking adventure. An unfathomable, incredible, strange journey. Deep in the jungle. Thousands of lidless eyes watching your every move. Where do you turn? What will you do when you find yourself lost in the jungle?
Danger zone. Step into the danger zone. Feel the hot lead of my chrome. Step into the danger zone. Yeah, nigga. Step into my danger zone. Feel my chrome. Feel the hot lead of this chrome. Feel the hot lead of this chrome. Step into my danger zone. Feel the hot lead of this chrome. Step into my danger zone. Feel the hot lead of this chrome. No bad. No, this bad. This bad man. Bad man.
Roll around the city with my drop top down, got the drop top down, got the drop top. Roll around the city with my drop top down, got the drop top down, got the drop top down, got the roll around the city with my drop top down, got the drop top down, got the drop top down, got the nine in my holster, drop top down, got the roll around the city with my drop top down, nine in my holster, drop top down, got the roll around the city with my drive with the holster.
Down Slauson, which I don't do often. Cause being from Atlanta where we shiny and we boss up. They call me South Central is a place to use caution. I was taught to listen, watch how my speeches off. But I kept riding, slow rolling purple haze, boss up. This is on the corner, gang signs getting tossed up. Pull around the corner with my eyes so glossy. You'll never ever meet another cracker so frosty.
Car pulls up, who could it be? A fresh El Camino, roll a kilo G. The window down, fuck. The window rolls down and it starts to sing. It's all about making that GTA.
Got the drop top down, got the drop top down, got the roll around the city with my drop top down, got the drop top down, got the drop top down, got the nine in my holster, drop top down, got the roll around the city with my drive with them rollers, nine in my holster, drop top down, got the roll around the city with my drive with them rollers.
Car pulls up, who could it be? A fresh El Camino, roll a kilo G. The window rolls down and he starts to say, it's all about making that GTA. Drop top rod. the park to get the scoop. With the heads out there, cause shit some heat. Car boys up, who can it be? Fresh up to me, with a chick. You roll down the window and start to say, it's all about like that GT. Make the boys.
Money don't miss, zeros don't get. Only money that I'm spending in, I'm sending check. Money don't miss, zeros don't get. Only money that I'm stacking in, I'm sending check.
Bored as hell and I wanna get this. So I went to the place where my homeboys chill. Fellas out there trying to make that dollar, and I pulled up in the 6-4 in color. Hit you with the 40 and I stopped drinking. From the 8 bar, my breath stopped stinking. Left to go. What's the part about?
Shelter.
Shit.
They wanna walk like us, wanna talk like us. Pussy ass niggas wanna walk like us.
They wanna walk
Fucking
like
no pussy,
us,
then I
talk
talk
like
like
us.
In your mind, you a bitch, you really wanna suck my dick. They wanna walk like us, wanna talk like us. Pussy ass niggas
In
wanna
my mind,
walk
you a
like
bitch,
us.
you wanna suck
Fucking
my
no pussy,
dick.
then I do the fuck shit. In your mind, you a bitch, you really wanna suck my dick. I'm putting fresh
Facts.
coke on the corner. Got the ghetto set high Arizona. I'ma win if I make it back. Gotta take shit slow, do that anywhere. The blow colder than an icicle. They mind sour as a dice picker. A pirate gang with the kid microwave. I'm the shit, let me visit from 36. You wanna know how I did that? Give my book from Mexico to split a spell my ass. Talking about that flake and flake it. Twinkle in the light, it is dripping like the night.
What is best in life? The open steppe, free thoughts, falcons at your breast, wind in your hair. Run! Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, to hear the lamentation of your women.
Pussy ass niggas. In my mind, you a bitch. You really wanna suck my dick. Wanna walk like us. Wanna talk like us. In my mind, you a bitch. You really wanna suck my dick. He blocked me, what a faggot. Why'd you ask me to unblock you so you could block me? Fucking, you think I'm gonna listen to you and be a little bitch? Now that I've disciplined you, will you obey me? No, go fuck yourself. Yet it's not the response I expected. I'm upset. I'm upset.
Trini has empathy.
Oh, I guess he's the only one. Oh, I mean, I don't know, bro. Tell me if I do.
Then maybe you would.
Now,
Do
tell
you
me.
even know that Trinity and Soul don't fight with each other?
You know, concrete. I'm a free thinker. I can find God without the Bible. I can find concrete evidence of God without the Bible.
So
I don't
you
need-
can.
I don't need a-
I'm sure you can.
I don't need a text.
I don't know why you
to prove
mad
to
at the
me
Bible,
Jesus.
though.
Well, no,
You
I'm mad.
you can have
I
God
never
without
said
the
I'm mad at
Bible,
the Bible.
but for some reason you're mad at the Bible.
I never said I
Like,
was
do
mad at the
you?
Bible.
Do
I never
you?
said I was
And
mad at
don't
the
let
Bible.
it. Don't let.
You
Don't let your
don't go
past.
putting words in my mouth and fucking,
Oh,
and
really?
fucking, you know,
Really?
gaslighting me in front of everybody.
Really?
Like you know something about me. You don't know shit about me, bro. You don't know anything. You want to ask me about my worldview? Oh, shit.
just
But you ain't gonna
said.
listen. You ain't gonna listen.
Oh man. Man,
Oh,
you know
man.
what? I shouldn't have brought this up because I don't want to be responsible for breaking you. So I'm gonna leave it
Yeah,
alone.
you taking on too much responsibility. I'm an accountable human. I take account for my own bullshit. I'm like y'all.
Yeah, but you seem
Want place your
susceptible.
accountability on the Bible.
Yeah, you still seem
So,
susceptible.
like I said, why I asked you, y'all didn't even answer my question this morning, which was sad. Y'all breezed right over it. Nobody gave me a straight fucking answer.
Yeah, because you keep over talking and you
I'm
keep
asking you.
Oh, see, here it is. You keep filibustering. You keep
I'm
over talking.
filibustering.
You keep insulting because you don't like what you're told.
No,
And instead
man,
of
you
coming
fall
up
on
with
this sword over and over again. You sat there and tried to justify slavery all morning.
Here we go. Instead of
justify
coming up,
slavery some more?
Saul, let him finish, Saul. Saul, let him finish, bro.
Thank you. Instead of coming up with an articulate, thoughtful response, you just say some crazy shit like justifying slavery. Now
you did justify slavery.
You justify slavery as well.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yes, you do. Now let me explain. I'll explain to you how. So in the Bible, if it's the case that you were if you were an attacker, an insurgent on a particular group, and that group was able to withstand your insurgency, the next thing would occur is what? You think they'd let them go so they could try again? Or did those criminals
off
try
your
to
head,
kill
bro?
them? Hold on 1 second, bro. 1 second, bro. Or did those criminals who tried to kill them become slaves? And the answer is yes. Those criminals who tried, those criminals who tried to kill them became slaves. That's the same thing we have as in the prison system. If you commit a crime, you will be subject to going to prison and living like a slave. You agree? You agree we should have prisons, correct?
Absolutely fucking not.
Oh wow!
I believe people should be stoned to death. What you know about my belief? What you know about my belief? You come in here and fucking tell me what I believe? Fuck off.
You just was arguing for the prison system
like I
being
said,
right
bro.
for rapists and pedophiles. You just was arguing.
Bro, I think racists and pedophiles should be killed in public. That's
you didn't know you was arguing that they belong inside the prison system.
They belong inside the
blah 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 blah.
Somebody who doesn't belong.
But that's all I wanted to say. This arguing about
like I said, I didn't create these systems. I just live in them. All right.
Yeah, we know you didn't create them because they predate you, so you don't have to tell us that.
I don't give a fuck what predates me, dog. My soul is eternal, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
He's just not tracking, yo. He's just not tracking.
No, your shit ain't tracking.
It's a waste of time, man.
I'm speaking word from straight from your book, and you disagreeing with it. So how does that track? Yeah, I could be quieter. He's a punk anyway. He ran off.
He black.
Yeah.
He black.
Yeah, man.
He black.
All right, so Saul, right? So this is what happens, right? You see, you fell into the trap. You fell into the trap because you see, he comes down here pissed off from coming from another chat, right?
Yeah.
And you just fell right into that motherfucking trap.
I get it.
Yeah. You need to argue. You got to come up with an argument.
Yeah, he came. Yeah, and Saul, you got to come up with an argument. You just can't be screeching like a little bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I feel it. But like I said, there's no argument for fucking hating and
yeah,
ignorance.
bro, it is.
Like,
you gotta.
Nah, man. Like I just knocked that shit down.
You don't know how you sound, bro.
Is he done yet or no?
Oh, he came back for more. Here, I'm let my daughter school you. Hold on. Where you from, baby?
Oh, really?
Where you from, baby?
Yeah.
What country you from?
This
is what country you from? Tell him. She's from America, bro.
Don't exploit your.
Come on, don't do that, bro. Don't put your daughter on Discord, man. Come on.
I'm in headphones, bro. She can't hear you.
This is child labor.
She can't hear this lame shit.
You're using child labor to prove slavery is wrong.
All right, so we went over one form of slavery that's permitted by the Bible when you're dealing with criminals. Another form that you would agree with is you have the choice of you and your family dying because you don't have enough to sustain yourself, or the man takes it upon himself to go to somebody who has more and go and be a slave for them such that they can survive. Now the question is, are you gonna for a period of time? So the question is, would you rather die because you can't feed yourself, or would you rather be a slave? Which one?
Like I said, I have eternal life.
No, not you.
That's my question yet, right?
Okay. I'm answering your question. I have eternal life. Why am I concerned with this death you pose for me?
Oh my God.
I asked you, so now,
like I'm
you
being
notice,
honest,
right? You notice he doesn't want to answer the question because it'll show
I just
that
answered
he
your
is.
question.
It'll show that he.
I'll die.
Oh, right. So you and your family will die of starvation just because you don't want to go be a slave.
No, I'll go
Is that
find
what's happening?
food. I'll go find food.
Okay, yeah,
What are you
go
talking
find
about?
food. Go find
I'll
food.
go
then.
find food. God will
So it wasn't an option. It wasn't an option. It wasn't an option of find food, don't find food, or become a slave. It was you have no choice but to die because of starvation or become a slave.
So
I have many other options.
So,
Calm down.
Improve your argument, so.
Well, like I said, I'm not going to be backed into a corner and given two options. That's not how life works.
You know,
want to put me in a vacuum, I can't breathe. I'm dead already anyway.
Improve your argumentation.
Okay, but this is my argument: is if he's going to put me in a vacuum, I can't breathe. So I'm dead anyway. What's his argument?
He just
created
getting on the week, man. Come on, Concrete. Don't do this, bro.
Concrete's a punk. He knows it.
What happened? What did I do?
Life.
What did I do?
You beating up on this dude, man. Come on, bro.
I can't got life. I didn't do nothing to question.
Look, Nathan.
He couldn't even give me concrete answers.
Nathan,
you call yourself concrete? Where's your concrete answers?
Come on, bro. He's talking, man. Come on.
You ask me dumb fucking questions.
Oh, come on,
Nathan, I'm silent. And Trini's trying to give him good advice. You're trying to give him good. I'm not in the way of that because I want him to have good advice. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stand
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
And I'm gonna let some other gentlemen. I'm gonna let some other gentlemen.
Something I said to you
talk to you.
Stuck with you, bro. That's the obvious fact.
Of course, yes.
You came here.
Yes, you surprised me.
Some point about slavery because I schooled you earlier in front of all your brothers.
Oh no, bad conclusion. Bad conclusion, bro.
Can you guys stop yelling?
Argument, this and that. I can put my emotions in my arguments because I'm passionate. I believe in them. So just because you didn't hear me, I said the same exact thing Trini said.
Yo, Saul, do you smoke a lot of weed, bro? Do you smoke a lot of weed?
Every day.
I figured.
That's why.
Can you guys just stop yelling and answer my simple
like I
question?
said, bro, you can put me in a little box. You throw me in a little box, I'll get it wet and I'll punch out it every time, bro. You a punk.
maybe not.
You are. Just the way you're interacting with me right now, you a punk. If you were in my face, you wouldn't talk to me like you talk to me. That's what you're trying to say.
Maybe not.
So when you resort to insults and threats, I think it shows that you don't have a point. So you have to.
No, I made my point earlier. I hate making it again.
Listen, bro. Just listen, Saul.
Yes,
listen.
Calm down, and think about what you want to say, and just say it. Don't let emotions get to you.
It's just emotions taking me over.
You know, Concrete.
I
if you want to support slavery in your Bible,
question.
That is your. If it's your opinion in the Bible, the way you read it, you want to support slavery and go like land on that sword. That's on you. But my argument is this: in a world where it's told to you not to do these 10 deadly sins, why do you pick 2 of them to go do every day when you read the Bible? And support this shit.
Yeah, let me respond real quick. So I have to admit, when I first heard about it, I too was surprised, and I too didn't want it to be true in the way that I thought it was true. And so that's the way it's presented, right? By people who are trying to malign the Bible. Is presented in a way that you think it is. But actually, when you delve into it, and the Bible clearly says, "Thou shalt not steal a man," then you understand that it wasn't talking about the transatlantic slave trade. Number one. Number two, if it's the case that this is a rudimentary, primitive environment without a sophisticated state structure such that they had prison systems or welfare systems, and I mean, maybe this is the best shit that they could think of to deal with the problems of being destitute and the problems of dealing with criminals. This is what they had at their disposal. So when I look at it through that lens, as a primitive culture, doing the best that they can with the best that they got, then I can come to an understanding of what other choice did they have. And if you could present one for people who are destitute, present one for people who are criminals, I'd like to hear it.
Yo, Mayu, to put that weed down, Mayu.
I've done similar research.
Hey,
to
but I did
concrete,
just
and I found
present
this
it. Concrete,
exact,
you didn't want to
exact
hear it.
same
Y'all called it
thing.
an emotional
But
argument. It is.
It was basically like
I
a
will
welfare.
legitimately.
Well, one second, P Mars. 1 second. Let them
I
two
will,
continue. Go at it, man.
I will legitimately die and go to heaven. So why am I concerned with this life here on earth when it's posed to me like
Okay,
you just posed it to me?
Saul, we're gonna change the conversation for you because you're not even listening now.
Well, no, I did
All right,
listen, but
guys.
he's not. No,
No.
I didn't answer in the way you wanted me to answer, so you don't want to hear me. But what I heard,
No, you're
what
not
I said was
addressing
relevant.
this point.
Okay, if I
You're
believe
talking about
in my
something
heart,
else.
if I believe in my
Let's
heart
just change the
that I have
topic,
eternal
bro.
life, no.
I
If I
agree
believe
with
in my
Nate,
heart,
man. We gotta make an executive decision here, man. We got.
Mark, let me at least finish my statement, dude. Because
No,
I'm gonna
come
finish
on,
it.
no.
I gave
Come
him all
on,
this time
you're
to
not
yell at me,
you're not
come in
addressing
here
that.
and
You're
tell me
getting
some
into your
bullshit.
feelings again, bro.
No,
You're
I'm
not
trying to tell
addressing the
you what I
argument.
would do in this situation is I would die
Yes,
and go
and
to
I'm
God.
saying that.
I'll
I'm
bring it
saying
back
that he.
later. Let's change the subject, but I'll bring it back later, and you can
No,
think
yo,
about what you
Sal,
want to
we
say.
gotta look out. We
and
gotta
we'll
look
talk about
out
it
for you,
later.
Sal. We gotta look out for you, Sal.
I
We ain't gonna
appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. But I follow my sword for my people, bro. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, look, now it's time for me to go at Bart for Catholicism, right? I'm gonna make sure to get under every Christian's nerve today. So Bart, now I'm gonna leave Bart alone. Bart is the homie.
Yo, I'm taking care of the kids right now, Crow. I can't have this conversation.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Handle the kids, man. Handle the kids.
If you really want to see what I'm doing, I'm in a tight squeeze right now, B. This is where I'm at right here. Look, this is the threshold. I'm putting in this piece right now. I gotta squeeze it and put it underneath there. I got all this shit. This wasn't leveled, so I knocked this shit out. I gotta redo this to put the flooring on. Like, I'm in the top. I'm in a tight bind.
Yo, you're a top-notch handyman, yo.
What do you mean handyman? You
want me to say you're a top-notch floor installer?
Yo, no, I'm yeah, I guess you're right.
Or a top-notch tradesman. All right, I'll say that. You're a top-notch tradesman. There you go.
I'm feeling it.
That's
I like
a better compliment.
Oh, that looks good.
I'm feeling fresh right now. I got to go underneath the stove. We got to pull the stove out. We might as well clean that. Put the new charcoal filter. I took off the crown molding over here. I'm gonna do something different.
Yo, Bart, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you had like 5, or like, what do you think your threshold is? Like for projects, how many do you think you can handle at one time?
One at a time.
You're one at a time?
Bart,
One at a time. That's it.
Bart's really achieved a lot in life for someone who isn't even 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I just do one project at a time because at work it's different. But I don't like to go to multiple jobs because it just
what the most you think you can handle?
Nah, maybe 2 jobs. That's it.
2?
2. That's it. I'm not trying to work like that because they're not paying me more for it. So, I mean, maybe if I was making like $20,000 a week, I would do that. I guess the money would be an issue there.
With $20,000 a week, you could hire like 3 or 4 people to help you out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't have those kind of resources, so I'm limited. Of course. But if I was making $20,000 a week, yeah, I would have 2 assistants.
Yeah.
Yo, that's $1 million a year, dude. What are you talking about?
You need to control the quality of the work, of course.
I would have 2 assistants, B. What do you mean?
Yo, if you made $1 million a year, that's crazy. That would be crazy numbers.
Clearing $20,000 a week, not taxes or clearing $20,000 a week. Yeah, I would be able to do like 4 or 5 jobs at once. I'd have like.
Yo, what do you think about the economy? You think we're gonna hit a nice dip?
Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin. That's what I gotta tell you.
Yeah, buy that shit.
Yo, Trini, you there?
Buy Cardano, actually, Bart. Get on the Cardano train, bro.
You do any forecasting to see what the economy is gonna look like in next year?
I think, from what I'm seeing, I think America has broken into 2 different economies. So the mainline economy is going to do fine. It already priced out and taken into consideration the people who can't cut it in the new America. And that is just, it is what it is. All these, a whole bunch of businesses going to fail, etc. But that's not going to drag down the economy because that's already priced in.
The big fish will eat the little fish for at least the next few, 8 quarters.
So there wouldn't be a downturn. So those who can do well during this COVID are going to take off. Their efficiency is going to improve, etc. Those who fall by the wayside, they're not going to recover.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad to say, but it is what it is. Because the cost to change trajectory, business-wise, career-wise, is too expensive. So this COVID moment, like for instance, here's an example. A lot of technical workers started to work remotely. I used to work only 4 days a week, 3 days a week before this. Now I'm home all the time. If you're not in that field, to transition over is going to cost you so much money to retrain, etc., to get a new job, looking for people with remote experience and all that kind of stuff, that you can't do it if, once you can't, the probability of you doing it is significantly lower because you just don't have the resources to do it and the opportunity. So this is going to be the problem moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in a stage of realignment.
So you don't think it's going to be mass unemployment?
That doesn't
mass?
No? They're
There's going to be more jobs out there. There'll be more jobs on the table.
No,
it's just going to be less paying.
They're bringing America down.
Priced in. It's already priced in. Because even if, let's say, I went into, what's the name of this place? Like a convenience store. There were 2 employees. One was like mopping. One had a main cash register, and there were 5 remote personless cash out spots. Went, got my stuff, cashed out, left. That's 2 employees. That place probably needed like 5 or 6 people typically. That stuff is already priced in. So nobody cares about these people. The economy is going to go, and those who can work far more efficiently remotely. Businesses saving a shit ton of money because they don't have to have AC, heat, building, so their profits going up as a result. So that is going to cancel each other. So people could be unemployed, but the economy in general just wouldn't care.
Okay. Are you worried at all, or you feel like you're in a comfortable position?
Personally, I'm fine. It's just the next generation is shit out a lot. And even myself, I had a look at the career field, and I am realigning into areas that would be more profitable and have less work. But it's sad, and I'll give you this example. A couple of years ago, I worked on this project. We were doing for Social Security, and we have like a telephone call in the National 1-800 Center. As the population ages and as people come back from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, there was like a spike in calls. People trying to get SSI benefits, disability, retirement, etc. And we couldn't hire enough people to fill the call centers because it's uneconomical to do so. We have a system now where when you log into your MySSA account, you could chat with a chat bot who could look into your account and answer probably the top 150 questions.
Wow.
Now, then to add to that, that's all that is narrow artificial intelligence. Then the next step was when you had a question that the system couldn't answer, you could type a response and chat with a human. So one human could handle 5 chats at once, where before one human could only handle 1 phone call. So we probably cut the number of calls coming in by like 60-something%. And these people, they get transitioned into other fields. Some people took early retirement, etc. And this is a federal job just gone. So it's stuff like that is going to happen, and the efficiency significantly increased. So we had more completions, a higher satisfaction rate, etc. So it is what it is. That's the problem. This is what's going on. This is the problem. So even though you have a whole lot more of unemployed people, you still have the same productivity or higher So it's like a net loss and probably a net gain to the overall economy. So this is what we're seeing across all industries, and this is where the rubber is going to hit the road. Now, the people who develop those systems, their pay is going to increase because they're going to become more valuable. They could still hire a concrete, they could hire a bar to, fix up their homes, do whatever projects they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just that there is going to be a group of people that are going to be left behind and nobody's going to care. That's the thing.
It's interesting.
Because
It's interesting you mentioned efficiency because I'm reading the Technological Society, and he identifies that as like a big problem with our society. It's everything is geared towards maximizing efficiency or whatever, and it's at the cost of humanity, right? Like you're saying, like people are losing their jobs.
Yes, I completely. And then the other thing too is people used to have meaning. I think somebody brought this up before. Like for instance, you call on the phone and somebody's trying to get their disability benefits for a blind child, and you help them out on the phone. You derive meaning from that. You can say, hey, you know what? I helped this old lady do this. I helped this person do that. Now you're interacting with artificial intelligence. You're getting the same answers, but that meaning is gone because it's not being correlated with a human interaction. And it's significantly more efficient. Because sometimes like, we would sit down and like listen to calls to try to figure out like workflows and that kind of thing. And a lot of the times people spend on the phone is to reassure the person they're talking to. So they would say like, hey, yeah, we're going to take care of you. Don't worry. It's going to be good. How was your day? And try to make small talk with them to like try to get the proper information out. And that would waste maybe like 30-something% of the time, quote unquote waste. But this was human interaction. This was humanity. And it was considered like wasted time. So this is the world we moving towards. And like you guys, construction and stuff is going to continue to grow. People are going to still have needs and that kind of thing. But there's going to be a group of people that are going to be left behind, and they have already been priced in.
Have you identified that group?
Yeah, well, of course. There has always been a 3-tiered education system in the United States. There's a tier that directly sends people to low-income jobs, repetitive person jobs. Like you see it, like there is a low-income job stream, there's a middle management job stream, and there's a high-end entrepreneurial politic-oriented, hyper management, financial class education stream. The lower education stream is the people in that stream going to get decimated. They're going to get priced out in everything. So that's the problem. We're going to have an underclass. And we had to come up with a solution. And the sad thing with America is this. The underclass cannot rebel.
It's universal basic income.
Yeah, that might be a solution, but the underclass literally cannot rebel. How are you going to attack the middle class, the middle class?
This was shown.
If the middle is all armed,
there's gonna be like no jobs in the future. I've seen like propaganda indicating this. That we're just gonna get
no jobs for the lower for this low class.
Exactly.
And I'm saying it in a pejorative way. I'm saying it to arm the people who are listening to realign their lives. There's going to, because I have family members who I know they're not going to make it. And you look at it, they could never afford to buy a house. They could barely afford to buy a car. They're living with their parents, and it's just going to be, that's it. Because they can't compete. They just can't compete. And then you see on the flip side, you see young people, who in a different stream, before they graduate from college, they have 2 years experience with a Fortune 500 company already. They have 3-4 jobs lined up before they graduate. They just move into the system as a cog in the wheel, and the system will take care of them as they take care of the system. This is the problem with the economy is not going to crash. It's just going to ignore the people who can't cut it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be like a bringer of bad news, but
when do you think this will most materialize? It won't be within the next 5 to 10 years, though, right?
Happening right now. This is going on right now.
Are you like
this is not
financial advisor or something, Trini?
No, I'm not.
October, that's when it's going to happen. Financial crisis.
No,
big
it's
financial burst is
right
going to
now.
happen in October.
No, but you guys don't see it. It's like right around you, like literally. This is not like a prophecy. This is happening literally right now. Like, for instance, I specifically do, like, okay, my current project for SSA, we're working on a project called Data Warehousing Project. So before, if you wanted to send in evidence for a claim, you would have to either burn it to a CD, you would walk it into the office. They didn't use to want. They don't want to accept emails from outside sources because of the risk of viruses and all of that. So there was a whole data warehousing department that would receive all this information and then categorize it in the right place to the right account, etc. That's being eliminated. So they have made this breakthrough, and this company came up with this new deep looking antivirus program kind of thing, where it's literally just about impossible to foil this antivirus, because what it basically does, it doesn't deliver the files that are emailed, it delivers an abstraction of the file itself. So it will basically open it and make a copy of it with only the pertinent information. It would also like compress it in size, reduce it in size, etc. So a virus can't go through because there's just no payload. There's no data to transport the virus. So when that came out, they decided they're going to do away with the CDs. They're going to do away with all the physical scanning stuff. So now you could either email your evidence, and if you physically go in, they'll put it in a fax machine, in a scanner, scan it, or they could fax it like an e-fax with like a barcode cover letter, and it will go directly into your account. Now, this used to be a manual job with several steps. It's all automated now. Well, will be like, what is this supposed to finish? January of next year. It will be, and this whole department is gone. So what are they going to do with these people? So what's next? That's the thing. And this is not like yesterday. This is like happening like right now. And this is a federal job with federal benefits that people were making 40, 50, 60K a year doing this job. And it's gone. And extrapolate that throughout the entire economy, where you have to handle data, you have to submit forms, you have to submit documents, etc.
Yeah, basically, we all got in the trap.
That's the thing. So I'm advising young people, plan your career in the path of progress if you don't want to be left behind, or you have to figure out an alternative stream that, you could, make a living. Plan your career in the path of progress if you don't want to be left behind, or you have to figure out an alternative stream that, you could. That was
Who was that?
No. Yeah, what the hell was that?
It just repeated itself. Oh, shucks, I didn't turn off the time travel device. I'm sorry, Maximal.
What the hell was that, man?
Maximal, I didn't turn off the device.
That was somebody playing Trinity back in their mic.
No.
I actually don't know, because when I was in making a point, I was just shut up. So.
But Pimas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You look into this very deeply.
No, I think the only safe field right now to be in is like freaking a creative field. No, I think the only safe field right now to be in is like freaking.
This is nobody. You're echoing, bro. You're echoing. I'm gonna unmute you, but if you're recording.
So is somebody recording?
I am.
Dang.
Yeah. So creative fields, man, like fields that require human input or human creativity.
But that's also a moving target too, as well.
Yeah, of course, but I know.
So.
And what do you want from this debate?
It's not a debate. It's not a debate.
A debate, man. It's just a prophecy, man.
No, it's not a debate. Yeah, this is not a debate at all. Like, we look around, this is actually happening in real life. So it's not I don't think.
VM's point is just asking you, like, oh, do you want to, like, are you gonna, like, talk about socialism or something like that?
No, I don't want to talk about socialism. I'm a pragmatist. I'm for whatever works for the well-being of mankind.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what VM's point is, probably.
Yeah, I don't have any answers. I don't
No,
have.
you know, socialism is inevitable, man.
Or hypercore.
It's
What is it?
Socialism is the logical end.
Well, no, socialism. There'll be a new antithesis. I think they control us with the Hegelian dialectic, right? Which is thesis, antithesis. You start with a thesis like capitalism, then you come up with an antithesis, communism, and they kind of like battle it out and synergize, and you get socialism. So socialism becomes the new thesis, and then they'll create a new antithesis to socialism, and they guide the middle. This is the Hegelian dialectic. I think that's how we're manipulated and controlled.
Oh my goodness, PMARS with citizens, we're always gonna have control. That's what we buy into with our taxes, bro, to be controlled for the better good. Because we know that smart people, you know, it's better for smart people to take care of us than us to take care of us, right?
Hi, nobody. That was nobody.
Okay, see you later.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize it worked.
Yo, if you trust the smart people, Nathan, you are going to get penetrated in the worst way possible.
Concrete wants to intellectually penetrate you, Nathan. How do you feel about that?
No, I'm talking about he's going to get physically penetrated, financially penetrated, mentally penetrated if he trusts the smart to take care of him.
You know, this
Listen, hear me out. I hear what you're saying, but PMARS is saying this in a way like, hey, we get, like, everyone is getting controlled by the system, right? Like, you going to school, you're being enslaved by the system. You getting a college degree, it's you being enslaved by the system. You having a job, that's you being enslaved by the system. That's what PMARS is saying.
no.
I'm trying to say
Yes
the
and no.
system is what we live in.
Yeah, but
we pay taxes because we enjoy our air conditioning, our hot water, all that stuff, right?
The sad part of it is PMARS is wrong. The problem is we under control. Like we under control and we control to a certain extent. You know, you might see, like, for myself, that's
kind of cutting out, Trinity. Is that just?
Sorry.
I would say that, like, well, what I've read in some of my books is that the people who think they're free are most enslaved, right?
I don't believe you. Don't believe that for a second, PMARS. PMARS, you're on.
Okay, well, I've read that from academics. So I would say, like, to acknowledge the things that sort of, you know, enslave me or indoctrinate me, propaganda, stuff like that, is a step towards freedom.
But the other thing is, people without an understanding of what it is and the dangers of slavery, it that populates upper echelons of power. Hold on one second. Yeah. You get some people who will literally be descendants of masters. I'm telling you, when I'm saying literally these descendants of masters who have no care for the common man. You might see me, Nathan, Saul argue against slavery and that kind of thing because of our particular social context. But if you don't have people like that in power, we screwed. We screwed because there's nothing. These people don't take any consider. Let me give you an example. I have this female co-worker. She lives in a house that her family owns since 18 something. And she's telling us, you know what's in the attic? There's a bunch of slave writings. Like the slaves that used to live on our plantation, they couldn't read or write, so they would make these markings. And this would be their names. And they were like in the base, the kitchen, basement on the walls, and some of the posts you'd have them, and up in the attic there. She literally, it's like she is like a sociopath. She literally doesn't care about like normal people. She talks about human beings like if they're like not even trash, but like they're like
Cattle.
objects. Yeah, like cattle. And if our organization is populated on the top with the descendants of slave masters, all of us who are not that are going to be screwed. And this is the same thing bosses be telling like Caucasian folks with pulling their white card. A lot of people here, they're not really white, they're not in the club. And when you see what the club looks like, I have another friend who went to her family's vineyard and they're sitting on the lawn. Uh-huh.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Yeah,
Let
let
him
her
finish.
finish.
Yeah,
Let him
so we
finish.
were sitting, we're in this place, and I can send you pictures of the place, and they're talking about, oh yeah, this during the Civil War, they would watch the battle from right on the spot and have picnics. And one time some cannonballs like went their direction, everybody had to run, and they laughed. And I'm listening to these stories in like, this is not Kansas anymore. This is just not normal. And these people run the society and they marry each other and they think about us like animals. And we try to defend them and their systems, etc., not realizing who these and what these people actually are. They're not us. They are the master. Yeah, they are this. These are like I say this. There are two versions of Christianity: the slave version and the master version. There are two versions of America: the slave America, the master America. It's not, and we fight and we defend their system, and they don't care about us at all. And we insult the people who defend like us, the working people who have to get up and work. And exactly, they literally don't care. They literally, it's like it doesn't compute. They want an outcome and they're just outcome oriented. They see
It's like
efficiency as
Sid.
the end, and that's just it. And this is what we're dealing with. So when we argue against certain social things, it's not because we're cucks or anything like that. It's because we're not that.
It's like Sid, man. Sid from Pakistan.
But I
You
can
wanted to say
understand.
something? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree. But they identify it's in America, it's easy to identify high and low on a gross level because we have like zip code, we have skin color, etc. So yeah, I would agree. It's not just race, it's an element, but it's not the full picture. I would agree with that. But Concrete, you were saying something.
Well, you know what? I think I can sort of understand why they would have this callousness towards us. It's just because you don't have to go through it, and we go through it because we call it upon ourselves. It's like some dude, doing 20 years in prison for bank robbery. We don't empathize with him because he deserves it. You know what I mean? He decided to live that lifestyle. And he had to face the consequences. So the narrative that's been created about, the black community, the underclass, is that, you don't give a fuck about elevating yourself. You don't give a fuck about bettering society, and therefore you have to deal with the consequences. And so if you tell that, if that's been told to you and you believe it, and that's what you agree with it, then there's no reason for them to care. You know what I mean? You getting automated out, you having draconian laws against you that put you in jail for, victimless crimes for 20 years, so on and so forth. It's all your fault. So why would I care?
And they also do not interact with us. They
That too.
do not interact with us. And the thing is this, even when you get to know, quote unquote, know them, essentially you have to pretend to be someone you're not. That's just not, because if you're too abrasive, if you're too like yourself, you have to be like a spy, because they just wouldn't
Yeah,
want you
that's hard
around.
too.
Yeah, you had to be like a house nigga, for lack of a better word. You have to, and I do it on purpose. I tell them these stupid jokes that they want to hear just because I want to hear what they're talking about, and I pretend to, not get what they're saying and all this kind of nonsense, just because I want to get an insight on how they think and how they operate. And the thing is this, the sad part about this, they reward you for it. You get rewarded. You go into an interview and you realize, wait a minute, oh yeah, I know you. Oh, yeah, I went to school with this one. Oh yeah, and this is the person on the other side of the table. And then they will refer, oh yeah, this job is open up. I want you to apply, email this person to confirm that you apply, and you get rewarded for it. So
Wow.
it's just,
You're one of the good ones.
and especially being a foreigner, so like they think you don't understand the plight of the local born underclass black person. So they can solve their little bit of conscience. Oh yeah, I have a black friend. Yeah, I can name him. Look, he's in my book. Yeah. It's messed up. It's really messed up.
And Trini, I gotta admit, I'm surprised that you do have this sort of empathy for the locals because you are a foreigner, and you could easily separate yourself. You know what I mean? You could easily say, "I'm not them." Them.
I feel you, Concrete.
But how can I do that? Because when the police pull me over, the police can't tell the difference. A bullet can't tell the difference. Lead flavored water can't tell the difference. So why would I lie to myself? Remember Moses in the Bible, the story of Moses? How can I enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season when my people suffer?
But Trini, have you ever been friends with any, like growing up? You ever try to say like, "Hey, why are you gonna do this dumb thing?" And you get accused for just being stupid, or you ever got made fun by the words you use or something like that?
Well, not here, because Trinidad is different. It's not the upper class. There are black people in the upper class, so we don't have that dynamic.
Exactly.
We have black prime ministers, presidents, lawyers, engineers, everything that are held by the upper class, big business, like the richest man who's worth like probably like 3 or 4 billion US. He was black. Parents own a small insurance company, and he blew it up. So we don't have that. So I'm not constrained by that mental model. I think that was
Yeah, man. That's why I lost my empathy, bro.
you can't lose it. You can't lose it. Remember that
But
military? They crawl on the ground. That the black military guy that the police make him crawl on the ground like an
Yeah,
animal, cry. I
yeah.
look at that and
I
tears
remember.
running down my eyes, and I'm like, damn, this dude is a medic in Iraq. He is like if somebody get blown up, he's the one that had to go and try to patch them together and try to help them to survive. And this is what you're going to do to him?
No, I feel bad as well too. Those
I never
situations, but
seen that video.
I'm talking about the ones like what the guy who the police pulled over for a warrant, and instead of him just complying, he ran away and he got accidentally shot.
Yeah,
Accidentally shot.
He was
but then,
supposed to get tased, but he got shot instead.
Was that the Wendy's guy? Was that the
No,
guy at Wendy's?
mm-mm. It was the female officer. Yeah, with the female officer, right? Yeah, yeah.
That's
Every,
bullshit. I don't think. I
yeah,
don't think that.
everyone was upset and everyone was arguing that this is I guess that's what the media portrays sometimes, man. Actually, Mars is right in some ways. That's subversion. It was a mistake. I think so too.
It wasn't a mistake. It was on
From what I
purpose, man.
seen, I assumed it was a mistake.
Look, I'm gonna put on my conspiracy theory hat, my Illuminati conspiracy theory hat, and basically this was her having followed the initiation process into the fraternal order of evil white people. So when she said taser is to offer plausible deniability, but she meant everything. She meant to unload on that dude so she could join the elk club.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah, man, I felt bad for the kid, but then again, I was like, oh my god, not again, man. Why you? And then me, I'm arguing like, you have a warrant out for your arrest. Why are you trying to run? And everyone was saying that, oh, she meant to kill this guy, and I'm like, in some ways, to me, it sounds like he killed himself because he had the choice of just complying.
Now, if you're ever in trouble, make a ring
Like
with your
they literally
with your
had him. They
fingers.
literally had him, and yet what you call it? They were about to handcuff him, and he was turned back. And instead of him just getting handcuffed, he ran in his car and drove and tried to drive off.
But there was another story with a guy who, Caucasian dude. He was in a pickup truck. I think he was at a Home Depot or something. The police tried to stop him. He ran into the police, knocked them down, dragged a police at distance, and nobody shot him. But hey,
Shit's crazy.
Hey, I know the system ain't fair. Trust me. Just like how you said, when you get pulled over, people assume that you black. I know how the
They
system is,
assume you're
man.
black. It's not an assumption.
What are you from Trinidad?
Officer, it'd be like, officer, what makes you think I'm black? I don't understand this shit, bro. What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, why
This is preposterous.
This is an outrage.
Of course.
But that's part of the job. This is what they sign up for. I agree. That's part of the job.
Have you guys seen the video of there's this cop that's chasing this black dude, and this black dude starts jumping over fences and
Oh yeah.
does like a backflip over the fence or something, or front flip. Oh
With the
my
Mario
God.
Brothers music?
What'd you say?
Did you see it with the Mario Brothers music?
Oh, I don't think so. Oh my God, it sounds amazing though. It's so good.
Wow.
It was like,
I love those videos. They bring me life.
and it's like a whole bunch of cops. It wasn't just like one guy. And they
Yeah,
just keep up. It was like a different species.
I love the guy that's recording. He's like cheering him on, like, woo!
I actually saw something like similar. This guy was running, and I didn't know why he was running. So I just kind of like pulled to the side, and he's running, and somebody's shouting, "Run, cuz!" And he ran and he hid under a dumpster. And I saw and the police said, "Did you see anybody?" And I'm just like, I didn't even open my mouth. Just like just shake my head and I just keep on minding my own business. And he got away because after the police left, I saw him like just walking, going somewhere else, and I'm like, oh wow. Just don't want to be involved.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's good?
Nothing, just chilling. Listening to bullshit.
I'm gonna send you a video, Trini, that you'll love. It's so funny.
Okay, thank you.
What were you guys talking about before I joined? Did I kill the combo?
I was talking. I brought up, you know that one video, Bandy, where there's like this black dude. He's like running
Well, you lagged out, I think, or I lagged out. Am I the only one that I lag out?
Yo, Nathan, are you there?
Like that.
I'm here, bro.
Yo, is Mary Jane the only base female on Discord on PNR?
No. You meet the user Spooky, meet the user Ethos, meet the user the Trial. Yeah, Ethos,
Spooky?
Spooky's cool
I
as
don't
fuck.
know. Spooky is nah.
Spooky's my
I
homegirl. Don't be talking shit on Spooky.
think y'all thirsty. I think y'all
Well,
boys thirsty, man.
she's a
She
lesbian,
back in
bro.
the
First off, Spooky doesn't shop in my store. Get
Yeah,
my
she's
drift.
lesbian, bro.
And second off, I met her.
She doesn't
I know
buy what
y'all,
you're
man.
selling.
Yeah, but the thing is she came from the politics server, and she's one of the refugees that we've been
Yeah.
bringing over here because she does have a brain. And she doesn't try and shit higher than her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like
She
she
says
says
two
what
words
she.
all the time: like and demonstration. Like and demonstration. If you listen to her, trust me, those are the two words that are going to constantly come out of her mouth.
Well, like you gotta learn to understand.
Like, yes. And if you provide a demonstration, yep.
Well,
But
but
I'm just saying, she's
she's
good
changed my
people.
mind on lots of positions, and most people in any of these servers, I can't say it. I've had that.
I'm just saying, Spooky's a mensch. She's cool.
I'm also a big fan of
All
Rise.
right.
But
Oh,
yeah,
guess what? Water concrete.
I think there's on
Rise
this
is the
server.
homie.
On this server, probably just misanthropic. But yeah, that's only.
Yeah, Mary's like one of the coolest though. You're
Yeah,
right.
I wish the Trial and Ethos were over here, but
Nah, you got what's the name?
Yo, Nathan.
You got BB.
I fucking
Yeah, that's
bro,
true,
BB
that's
is a
true.
fucking assoul to me for no reason. Every fucking
Come on, you never said that.
Yo, Nathan, if you had to choose between Kathleen and Misanthropic, who would you go for?
Say it again.
Who
would you say is more base, Kathleen or Misanthropic?
Who's
Kathleen? Oh, come on, bro.
Wait, who's Kathleen? What is she? What's
You don't know Kathleen?
Nah, I'm newer here than most of you.
Kathleen is a transsexual intellectual who doesn't come around here because she got persecuted by some assholes.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah.
No
Man,
comment.
all I know is like I've seen the ratio of smart females to males. The ratio is higher on the female side on Discord that I've seen. At least in these servers. On these
You get
servers.
some water. Get
That
some
sounds
water,
like some
man.
quality
You're a little bit too
sipping right
thirsty.
there, boy.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not.
What about quality? Let's say quality.
You know she didn't give you a number, right? She can just put you in the friends list.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, oh no. It's not
No,
just not that
I would
many
say
females
this.
in these servers.
I
Yeah,
would
go ahead.
say that females on Discord generally do a lot less clowning than guys do. Like in serious servers. Like guys act like it's a gaming server everywhere they go with their gamer words and
Very
shit.
true.
Gamers are
And you got people
gamers.
you got people.
Hold on a second. I'm not saying gamers are non-humans. But I'm saying they're subhumans. There's an important distinction. Important distinction.
But then you got women like I don't know if y'all met Snow White. Oh my God, I had my period, and they told me to lift a box, and I was like, oh,
What
I'm a
the
girl. And it's
fuck?
like, what? Yes.
What?
You got women like that. Oh, you haven't met Snow White?
I met her yesterday, but I don't know. She wasn't really talking that much. There's some fuck. I forget what his name was, but he was being some weirdo in here. Objects are real. He was being so weird.
Yeah, he's weird sometimes.
Yeah, I don't want
I
to
don't
hear
know
about
what he was
periods. I
doing.
don't want to hear about periods. I don't want to hear about guys' dick. Like, just your reproductive tract is not of my concern in the politics or.
Why would she talk about this?
Because people are exhibitionists. They got fucking, Scat fetish.
A woman getting their period.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Speaking of which, I was driving down the street today and I saw a lady like literally standing in the street with a sign that was like 6 feet tall that said, "My body, not yours." And I was like so tempted to stop and roll my window down and be like, "Is that an offer?" I wasn't feeling that splinky, so. I think I understand what she was talking about, but you know, the Joker. I'm a clown, man. Do my shoes.
Misanthropic. Are those the videos that you were talking about with you said the black guys running?
No, not those ones, but those are the ones I was just talking about that I sent to Trini. They said he would love. But this is the one that I was talking about when he came in. I love those two videos though. They're so funny. They give me life.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
But as for BB is the Patty of the politics.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. We had a source Rex. I agree, brother. Damn,
I
what the
like
fuck?
Patty.
Why'd you start doing
I
fuck?
like Patty, man. Patty's my friend.
Patty's a good person, but maybe not the greatest moderator I ever heard in my life. I'm just
Same
saying.
with BB. Same with BB.
Just
Dude, it's
saying.
just like, yeah, this is like rude to me. Like, what the fuck did I do? Like my first day in the server. Like,
yeah, I think I remember
You
that
haven't
too.
listened to yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just
But
saying as a
BB is cool though.
Yeah, I'm just saying as a moderator, your social adroitness, your social skills should be of a certain level, and I think some women are given a pass, partially because women tend to get harassed, and you'd like to give them a mute or something to like protect themselves, and partially because we have the soft standards of low expectations of women, and it's like, oh, this woman can actually name a single fallacy correctly. Oh, let's crown her king. You know, congratulations, girly. What? Oh, there's a lot wrong with me. There's a lot wrong with me. How much time you got, man? Give you a list? Send you an Excel spreadsheet?
Yeah.
A broken and bitter old man. Don't fall on my path. I know.
Facts.
And I'm saying that guys use the same gangbang mentality with women. I've seen it. Like they get nasty. First it's jokes, then it gets mean, and then it gets abusive. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like Lord of the fucking Flies. And if a woman's like sharp and on her feet and ready to stand up for herself, sure, yeah, that's fine. But if she doesn't have confidence, it's abusive. They know what they're doing. I've seen them do it.
Yeah, up in the other room up there, they're fucking discussing physicalism and dumb shit. I call
They
it
just
dumb
can't-
shit, although I like to discuss about it, but yeah.
Yep, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I only say it's dumb shit though because the way they're talking about it.
Wait, Bandy, did you see the other video I sent you?
I saw the one where the dude was flipping. That shit was crazy.
I love them.
Manny, as you listen to your worldview?
So have I listened to my worldview?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like listen to
Yeah,
listen from
because
a third person perspective? I've critiqued my worldview that I could bring up. What would you say?
Wait a
It's
minute,
because
hold on a
you're a
second.
fan of physicalism, and you're saying
Yeah.
that it's just crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, he doesn't believe in physicalism, so he literally can't believe in a worldview because the world is not real.
Yes, I can. The world is real. It's just not
Oh, it's
physical.
just a view, Bandy. You just have a view.
It's the world is real. It's just not physical.
That's suggesting a duality. What's non-world?
No. You said what's non-world? There
You've
isn't
created a
anything.
world non-world duality, Bandy.
No, I've created a physical non-physical
It's not a
duality.
worldview because there's no world. That's hilarious.
That's what I'm
There's a
saying.
world.
Like,
It's right here. We're talking in it. Where do you think?
listen, I'm just clowning with you, but I'm trying to get a point across to you. Like, the words matter, and these autists on the server, like me, get confused by words. Like, no matter what you're implying by them.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm not. I never said anything about real.
Alright. As long as we know the world ain't real, that's good. Good.
I got yelled at today for calling atheism a worldview.
Well, it isn't a well. It's because it isn't. I mean,
Well,
actually, it is. You could say it.
Maybe it's the universe view, isn't it?
I was just trying to compare, atheism, theism. It was the fact that it's a worldview or not wasn't important, but like I guess people are really like labels and how you define them is super important to people.
Yeah.
Is that a worldview a set of beliefs or?
I think it depends on the atheist.
Know. I haven't thought about it, Murphy.
Like, I think it depends on the atheist, though. Like, some are, like, deterministic or whatever, and some have some weird in-between. Like, for me, I define, here's a perfect example, atheist. A lot of people interpret that to mean an anti-theist. For me, an atheist is the lack of theism. The lack of theism, for whatever reason. Not that they necessarily don't believe God exists or they hate God, but maybe they just haven't been convinced. So I think anti-theism is something specific, and I don't have a whole lot of respect for anti-theism.
Yeah, I'm definitely not an anti-theist, like I said earlier. I'll fit your definition, Kat. I like that definition.
They were like, atheism isn't a worldview because we all have different other beliefs or whatever. But isn't that also true of Christians?
Is Christianity a worldview?
Right.
So I don't know.
Isn't Christianity a worldview?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I thought it was. Maybe not. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm using the word worldview incorrectly this entire time.
No, you're not. That's the problem. Is I think there's different ways. Like the words mean different things to different people. No matter how much we go through the dictionary, then we'd have to agree that all the meanings of that dictionary definition were the same. And then we go back to the meaning of those words and get back to the primal word. And like, what do you associate with goodness or redness or the quality? And that's where it all becomes subjective. Like you can't word your way into seeing the same thing as other people.
I agree.
Exactly. Or you just can't make up things, right? For claiming things that you never seen. Like you could take abstract thoughts, and when no one ever thought about it, they never even put a word on it, and you try to describe it to someone. What it's gonna sound like? Blah 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 blah. That's I'm being honest, Bandy. When you describe it, that's exactly what I hear.
Well, I think as time passes, as he hears different people articulate it, he'll develop his own articulation. That's what happened with me over time.
It's my articulation. I've changed my articulation a million times. I've listened to. I think it is. I've listened to Watts like for a year. Didn't understand. Well, I understood. I thought I understood him, but then there's so much stuff I was missing because I just.
All right, Bandy. Here's your assignment. Here's your assignment for articulation, Bandy. Is speaking nothing but complete sentences. And then use your punk. There you go. There's your first step towards articulation.
Okay.
Don't ask questions while you're trying to articulate what you mean.
There's another.
Like, would you say, well, in physicalism, they say this, but in my worldview, then you start explaining. Then you compare it to another worldview, blah, 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 blah. I shouldn't say, don't make comparisons of other worldviews. Sorry for that. They say this, but in my worldview.
Oh, no. I don't think it's a problem of articulation. I don't think.
Well, I'm not saying it's under-articulated, but I'm just saying, like, the narrative line gets broken up by digression. And I realize that you're trying to lasso a lot of different cows and bring them all into the same pen at the same time, but you got to grab one cow at a time. You can't pull them all at a time. Bring them in one at a time, like a real linear, like premise, conclusion, that sort of shit. Like I say, I think what it is you're thinking in real time. You're kind of etching, like you got the stuff chalked out on the blackboard, but then you start chalking in more on the blackboard, and people are like, "Whoa, wait a minute! I had this drawn down. Now how's this changing? Whoa!" And you move real fast. So that's why I'm not saying you're inarticulate. Like I'm not trying to knock your ability to explain things as describe concept. It's the presentation of how it all comes together that people are just like, whoa, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, I get you.
It's all good. I mean, I had this exact same problem. Like that's one of the reasons why I like talking to you and shit, because you really do remind me of myself like 20, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
One guy I recommend, even if you don't like his beliefs or whatever, Christopher Hitchens.
How old
You
are
listen to a couple hours of Hitchens, like his way of speaking, his elocution, his pacing, how he pulls things together. He speaks in a direct line, and then he'll finally, at the very end, tie it all together.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big problem is I try to actually argue points. I mean, I think that is what it is. Like, I think because I'm trying to argue, and I'm not interested in explaining. I mean, if people want to hear it, I'll explain. But most of the time, I'm arguing against points. Like, I don't know.
Well, you got to do both. Explanation as you argue. You got to do both. That's why I say, like, don't even worry about the rebuttal or the meta of saying, well, I have arguments against that, and I can disprove that. I have sources. Just break into it. Be like, Jean-Paul Sartre said da 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 da, and Friedrich Nietzsche said da 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 da, and these two premises I accept, and I form this conclusion. Just hit them with it. Don't brandish the sword. Strike them with it.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Don't brandish the sword, strike them with it. Yes.
Exactly. We're going
them all.
Yo, Trini, you here, bro? Oh, I guess not.
There's a Power Ranger named Trini.
Just driving.
Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Trini, have you ever heard of strange loops, by the way? That was one of the things I was trying to talk about like 3 days ago. I was just curious.
Nope, never heard of it.
Yeah.
What's
Well, anybody else got a topic, or can I wait? What'd you say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, strange loops. Yeah. Well, strange loops are just like, I don't know the specific definition. I'll look it up in a second, but they're like loops that don't really, like, things that connect, but what it really is, they have no relativity to them. That's why you can't get any specific, like, here, let me look up the technical definition. Strange loop. It's like waterfalls are a real life example of a strange loop. Wait, what did you say?
That's why Bandy explained a strange loop to me, was to use an MC Escher drawing of the ever ascending staircase.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of a strange loop. Or ever going down. Is it going down or ascending, though, Tatasaurus Rex?
Yeah, there was also another guy who used to, Rube Goldberg, who used to draw Goldberg machine stuff. I think he used strange loops.
I didn't hear you. I broke up.
It's a strange loop is like one of those MC Escher drawings where the stairs always go up, or the idea of a perpetual motion machine that feeds itself, like a water wheel that operates a conveyor belt and marbles drop on the water wheel, like a perpetual motion machine. That would be a strange loop. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Reality is a strange loop, is what I like to say.
Like the universe is in perpetual motion, feeding itself as a strange loop.
Yeah. But what's it called? It says a strange loop. This is like the technical definition. A strange loop is a cyclic structure that goes through several levels in a hierarchical system. It arises when, by moving only upwards or downwards through the system, one finds oneself back where one started. Strange loops may involve self-reference and paradox. Yeah. But yeah, the example of a there's two examples of real life strange loops that I know of, which are like waterfalls, where like it's the water somehow just falling down, but ends up coming back around, and yeah, that's like one real life example. And then another one is the human brain, where like the brain is in reality, or like the brain is in reality, yet reality there's a copy of reality that it keeps within the brain. There's a copy of reality that's within the brain, and it's kind of weird, like when you actually think about it, when you realize that strange loop, because
I is a strange loop because you have a program that programs itself.
Is this fucking anti-Semitic propaganda? Those are Nazis, right?
Ist anwesend auch.
Yeah, they're fucking Nazis. Green flags.
Giggle. Laugh and rattling and it's a funny sensation sometimes when you bump it. And come on, keep going. So,
wait, hold on. Who said? Wait, what was the word?
Oh wait, I didn't even start the timer. Okay, I can't tell you the word. Okay, I started the timer. So
well, I know somebody guessed it, didn't they?
No. So okay,
No.
I'm start now. Laugh and when.
Damn, dude.
It was pretty clear that Minnesota Fighting Vikings cornerback Cameron Tiny Dancer was not happy with his role in the Vikes' 30-17 win over the Seattle Seahawks. His tweet, "Tired to bite my tongue on the situation, for real, blah, blah, blah." It just lingers out there like a stale fart. 0 goose egg D'Angelo Russell snaps on the defensive side of the ball and 9 on special teams. That'll do that. But Patrick Peterson, Vikings future Hall of Fame cornerback, and his cousin Brian McFadden, Super Bowl champion with the Steelers, the duo behind the great podcast All Things Covered the issue. McFadden asked, how do you keep a young guy motivated and focus on the team? P Squared said this, quote, you just want to be able to communicate with your guys and be able to see what made them come to that point, to put that out on social media. Coming in to talk to one of the boys or whatever the case may be. I'm not a head coach, so I can't say it was selfish or whatever the case may be, but as far as me trying to keep a young guy like Cam Dantzler in the game, at the end of the day, like I always tell him and Chris Boyd, stay ready. Stay ready. You never know when that opportunity is going to come, and you don't want to piss away that opportunity when it comes. And I think Peterson is 1,000% correct right here. And also, there's a lot of veteran tact right here. Great leadership from Peterson. His delivery was that of a disappointed parent. Not mad, not sad, just a... Come on. I expect more out of you. And he's absolutely right about Dantzler, where Dantzler has all this talent, but the way that he went about expressing his frustration, no. Putting it out on social media, especially after a big-time season-saving win, no, absolutely not. And Peterson used his platform to address it publicly, which it would be awkward if he didn't talk about it at all, but he addressed it in a positive manner for public consumption. Behind closed doors, do whatever you want. In the locker room, everything stays in the locker room, or at least it should.
Well,
And you can rip the piss out of Dancer, just tear him down. What are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Do you want to throw your career away? You're in year 2, and you're ready to just like, alienate yourself from this team, get booted off of this team, go to another one, probably wear out your welcome there. What are you doing? No, stay ready for your opportunity because it is going to come. Also, I like his line, I'm not a head coach, so I can't say it was selfish. Yeah, it is a clear channeling that he thinks that it was selfish, but it's not his place to call it out as such. And I'm sure Zimmer doesn't need any prodding to be able to just like, it'll be addressed. But for the public, for the fans, a positive spin, solidarity, I think that is a smart way to go about it. Because you don't need your team sniping at each other and having a schism in public on social media or in the press. Because Peterson, if Peterson wasn't the wise veteran that he is, like if he was another young player, I'd just be like, he could have gone on to his podcast or YouTube channel and be like, oh, this is so moronic.
Affected
Like,
by
why is he doing
a
that?
chain
Blah, blah, blah,
reaction
blah,
to
blah.
everything
Then-
in the universe. But as far as remote or spooky action and distance effects, I can only speculate on it.
Well, there's you know that there's spooky action and distance effects too already from QAnon. But
Sure, but I personally, me, Catasaurus, I don't understand spooky action at a distance, so I can't shoot my mouth off at it.
Spooky
You know what I mean?
action at a distance. That sounds like my love life.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
but
that's a
here's
good one. As a matter of fact, I got to give this gentleman a point for that one. That was point worthy.
Yeah, but Nathan, this article explained what I'm trying to say better. If you want me to read it, or I can just link it. Yeah,
link it to me. Link it to me.
Yeah, here. Well, I mean, I want me to read this specific part. This is a kinda. I think it helps. Wait, there is conscious awareness of the present moment that he called the I, but there is also a stuff that reflects upon who we are in terms of our history, our current activities, and our future. Fuck, I'll just link it. It's long. I just realized. I mean, it's not that long, but I don't want to take up the chat too much. But yeah, here, I'll just post it. Put it in voice other. Yeah. Probably should just read it. 'Cause
like text chat now,
yeah, they added a whole bunch more chats, I think. Oh, Abrahamic Heretics. Fuck, I'll post it in there too if you guys are in there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was begging Barth for a heretics chat. We could put our links in there and it wouldn't get spammed out.
Yeah.
What I really wanted to do, this is a project I was thinking of, and I'm talking to people about this. There was a server that I used to be on called Plato's Republic. They had a section on the server that was named the Library of Alexandria. And I was actually like contemplating the idea of a project where people would get together and create this basically index of topics with subtopics or whatever, headings and then subheadings, where we just post all the stuff about our topics. And maybe even have one specifically for users who just like to post their interesting shit, and then the admins could file them into particular threads or whatever. I don't know. But it struck me as like really cool because the server went dead, and I'm like, damn, I'd take over the server just to have all those links. Because it's the nerdiest shit that you never even heard of. Some of these writings, like just the most obscure reference material you could fucking imagine about anything. Weird shit. If anybody wants an invite to that server, I can hit them with it.
I think I'm in Plato's Republic.
Yeah, check out their Library of Alexandria section, man. It's like half the stuff is stuff that I would never research myself, but I'm just amazed that they have it. Like medieval stuff and philosophy or ethics works by people I never even fucking heard of. Thinking just to create a server of nothing but links, just pure reference links. And then the members could have their own channel in there and just be like, yeah, it's in my channel on that server, and then just go in and look through their links or whatever. I don't know. Just spitballing ideas.
Well, we have whatchamacallit? We have Ape Gang that doesn't get erased. And there's nobody in there that'll report anything. So as long as you don't post anything crazy.
Yeah.
But I usually run through it. If anybody posts something stupid, I just erase it. But hardly anybody posts in there.
I posted something in there for you for the what is it, the El Norte eco culture or something. I forget what the hell it was called. But it was they were pyramid builders, like I think that they were pyramid builders that were before everybody else. It was like the very first, and it was like much closer to the era of the Egyptian period. So it makes me believe more. It strengthens my theory in the so-called Atlantis idea, where South America could have gotten some of their pyramid ideas from Egypt. But with a culture that fucking old, they're almost contemporary.
We looked. He doesn't. I always took it that he says, "I am the Hebrew of Hebrews," which kind of got to me and my partner in that. But he says, "A Hebrew of Hebrews." If you type "A Hebrew of Hebrews," or I could find it if not. I mean, it's
because that was the one thing that always threw me. The most well-articulated pyramids in Mexico were really late. They were, in the AD era. So I'm like, well, that wouldn't connect. But if there was a
I don't know. I don't believe those dates.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm pretty convinced with carbon dating. To me, I can put together a cogent picture, but I'm always open to new ideas. Yeah. I've had a lot of fun with Egyptology when I was young, so I encourage people, because the thing about it is some of the craziest people I ever met or read about Egyptology, the ones that were talking about all this metaphysical or ritual stuff, like weird shit, they would actually point things out that were actually quite scholarly. So it took a lot of combing, but I found some real scholarly points in amongst all the Egyptology kooks that I read over the years. All right.
Yo, Bart, did you see me formulate the? Wait, you said something and you responded. So you said that's not me saying it.
Yeah, you have to formulate it in voice.
Okay. P1, this is a premise. P2, this is a premise. Conclusion, Bandy can formulate an argument.
What's P1?
This is a premise.
What's the premise?
No, the premise is it's a premise.
A premise needs an axiom.
It is an axiom. This is a premise.
What is it?
This is a premise.
What is the premise?
This is some Taoist bullshit.
No, it's not. It's not. It's literally not. This is a proper argument.
He's like, snatch the memory stick from my hand, grasshopper.
I like to do the self-reference stuff just because it's fun, but it's still a proper argument. What I said, I can change the premises. All right. P1, arguments have have premises and conclusions. P2, this argument has premises and conclusions. Or this has premises and conclusions. Conclusion, this is an argument. Now I can make another argument. That is P1. That is an argument up there. P2, Bandy posted that. Conclusion, Bandy can formulate an argument. It's not.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's
How's
horribly
that horrible?
embarrassed. I would be embarrassed to say that. I literally would be embarrassed to even say that.
It's like a greased marble. Slipperier than a greased marble.
Okay. P1. Socrates or all men are liars. P2. I am a man. Conclusion, I am a liar.
That's a good argument.
I think that was, wasn't that the writings of Henry Rollins? Oh my God! No, that's probably before your day.
I made that exact same argument today.
Oh, really?
Premise 1, Bandy doesn't know how to formulate an argument. Premise 2, it is true that Bandy can't put an argument in words. Premise 3, Bandy is a horrible interlocutor.
Come on, be nice, Bart. We're all young.
I gave you a legitimate argument.
Listen. If I don't do this to Bandy, somebody else will. So I listen. At least if it's for me, it's just all love. It's all love.
That was the nice. That was the nice version. I don't know how.
Yeah, but not all of us were born brilliant like you, Garth.
No,
I gave you a proper argument. I gave you 3 of them.
I just like to use practical. Like I like to use real time practical examples. That's my only thing, man. You know, that's I don't like. Don't get me wrong. Hypothetical is okay, but it's better to give an example with something that I could use or.
Oh, you mean give an actual argument?
Yeah.
You mean give you an. Okay.
Actual,
Well,
actual.
No, at first you said I can't formulate an argument. I formulated 3 arguments.
Go over this. Let's go over this, right? Because you like to go over semantics so many times. What is the point of saying actual and real? What is that? Or actual? Let's just say actual or an argument. What is the difference between an actual argument and a regular argument?
This is an argument just to show you I know how to properly formulate it. Like I understand premises and then.
I mean, you could have copied that from the internet. That doesn't mean anything.
That was clearly original. From the self-reference stuff, you could tell it's original. I feel like, we can let's look for it on the internet. Maybe there's somebody who came up with that. But no, we're going to say Bandy can formulate an argument as a conclusion. That's just bullshit. I didn't find that from somewhere. You give the premises and you give the conclusion, and you see if it follows, and you see if the premises are true to see if it's sound. After you see if it follows, it's not. I understand how arguments work. Like I don't know. I think it's kind of condescending to say that I don't.
I don't understand them. So, premise 2, Bandy doesn't understand them. Conclusion, we're stupid.
Bandy, this is like home base for you. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna constantly like critique it until it's really good.
Okay. 1 second, BRB.
Steelman Dart's argument?
How about Saul with an argument?
All right, I'm back. I didn't hear what people said a little
Yeah,
bit.
Saul's another one. He's just.
He's just emotional, bro.
Yeah.
I got arguments. I just reserve them for the last game, man.
Get the fuck out of here, man. This is
bro. Like I told you, Nate. Hey, Nate, when you want to go into a structured debate with me, get ready. It's all good, bro.
It's like
I'm as old as you. I'm as old as you.
It's like a pool hustle. Like he loses his first 9 debates, right, and then it sets a precedent, and then he's gonna start.
But you're gonna win. Yeah, come on, bro. Like, get it together. This is the fool you're talking to. If you want to structure a debate, Nathan, you pick the topic.
I don't want to structure a debate.
You can take
there's other people that
take the side you want to take, and I'll crush you.
Okay. Anyways, I don't want to structure the debate. When someone challenges you, right? You just don't start. Oh yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you ugly. Oh, you dumb. I don't like wasting my time on you. Oh, you hurt my feelings. That's the worst way to try to convey a point. People are gonna laugh at you and make fun of you, bro.
All right, Saul. So why don't you debate me on the existence of God, and I'll be the atheist. How about that?
This is gonna be fun.
Oh shit.
So, what's your argument? I mean, you're the atheist, so bring the argument, Bart.
I don't need God to conclude reason.
Well, what is reason to you, Bart?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. And how would you categorize knowledge? Just intelligence?
We're gonna go over semantics here. We're just gonna.
No, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to
open up Wikipedia.
I'm trying to figure out a basis. I'm trying to figure out a basis for your atheism. And why? Were you a believer? Were you a believer pre-atheism? Were you born an atheist?
No, I became a non-believer because I'm gay.
So is there a conflict with you in the Bible? Is there a conflict with you in the Bible? You're rejected by the church?
Yeah, no, I was rejected by the church because I came out and I said I was gay.
So do you think God has a problem with you being gay?
Yep.
I mean, he made you that way, right?
I was born this way, yes.
So what would you assume that he has a problem with any of his creations, the way he created them?
I don't know. He created me. Why is he rejecting me?
I mean, I wouldn't say God rejected you. I would say the church rejected you. Do you believe the church? Do you believe the church and God are the same structure?
Well, they go to scripture and they kind of pointed out that I'm a sinner and that I'm going to go to hell.
Yeah. Well, if you had to make your own conclusion at what the Bible says in regards to people being gay, what's your conclusion?
They call me a sodomite. And they killed all the sodomites.
So, do any of these men fuck their wives in the ass, possibly?
Well, I wouldn't know. I'm into men.
I'm just asking because wouldn't them having sex with their wives in the ass be the same as you having sex with your husband in the ass?
Focus. You're supposed to be trying to prove God is real.
No, I'm trying to bring it to the point that like this.
Yeah,
is
I'm starting to think that maybe you're homosexual. I mean,
this is bunk knowledge. I'm saying this is bunk knowledge that they're serving you. If you're born and created by God, wouldn't God's creation be perfect the way it was born?
I don't know. I don't believe in the Bible anymore because it rejected me. So I just X'd all that out of my life.
Well, what benefit do you get from being an atheist?
I don't have to worry about people rejecting me at my church.
Well, that's comforting, huh? Well, how about you take the side of God and not the church? I mean, I try church, but I believe in God.
I try to do that, and anytime I try to talk to somebody, I mean, I'm just so noticeably gay. Like my voice sounds exactly like Isis' voice, and people just think I'm gay all the time. And anytime I try to talk Bible scripture,
you are gay. So I mean, isn't accepting yourself as God's creation like important?
Well, I don't accept God anymore, so I don't.
Well, you did accept God. Why did you turn your back on? Why did you turn your back on? What's your first?
They turned their back on me. They turned their back on me because I was gay.
God never turned his back on you. The church turned their back on you.
Yeah. So what am I supposed to do?
I mean, maybe create your own church within the household. That we could find many scriptures that would help you create your own church. Well,
I don't got time for that.
It could be as simple as just praying. Did you ever pray when you were a kid?
I do pray. Yeah, Nate, this is horrible. I mean, what is he doing here? Is he coaching me?
I'm playing seeds.
He's like coaching me.
I'm playing seeds. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm winning. That if you're an atheist, Bart, the goal isn't to convert you today.
Oh my God,
Like I
bro.
said, I have a goal in my conversation when it comes to atheism and God. Is I'm not trying to convert
Oh
this guy.
my
I'm trying to plant a
God,
seed
yo.
for 6 months later. So
Saul,
maybe this guy
So
goes.
bad.
Saul, you're like a really handsome guy, right? So the second Bart says he's gay, you can instantly use that to your advantage in the debate.
Well, he doesn't
So
know how
bad.
to debate, though. He think he's debating by asking him questions about the church. What the?
He's trying to ask me. He's trying to ask me on a date. I think that's what he's trying
No,
to
but
do.
I mean, but like I said, I'm
Bro,
not
you
a
start
staunch,
off like
I'm not a
this.
staunch believer
Yo,
of the church.
I think once I told him I was gay, he got tickled with pink. He was like, "Oh, word."
Word, babe. Hey, what's up? Word. Hey.
Holy shit, man. That was a great
Oh my God.
That was the gayest debate I've ever been involved in.
Yeah, that was a pretty gay debate.
I sound like physicist and everyone instantly knows I'm gay.
So if you do this, man, you have to ask him, bro. Hey, you're an atheist, right? And you say, why are you an atheist?
Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. So what's going on? Why is this guy in here? Mac.
Yo, wait, what is this Heretics channel? I'm just hopping around servers.
Why are you in this chat?
I don't know. I just was searching through channels. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here.
Why are you an agnostic and you come into a heretic chat? Like I don't understand that.
I don't know. I was just feeling like it.
You were feeling it? Why are you an agnostic? This doesn't make any sense.
Because I feel like it.
Yeah, that's cool, but what's your justification for being agnostic?
I don't know, smoking weed.
So you just smoked so much weed that you just smoked yourself dumb? Is that what it is?
He doesn't know anything now.
He doesn't know anything now. He forgot that he believed in God, I think. So he's like, oh, maybe I did believe in God. Maybe I don't.
Bro, I got a cup of hot chocolate, a blunt, and a fucking blanket.
So Mac, you're boring me, bro. You got to tell me why
my vibes are immaculate right now. Don't fuck with them.
I don't give a fuck about your vibes. So tell me why you're an agnostic.
Because my vibes are...
All right, that's it. He's gone. Thank you. That was great. Who kicked him? I didn't even kick him.
So
I don't know. He deserved it, though.
That's my evidence that we're devolving right there.
Well, you're supposed to ask him why he's an atheist and what gives him the right to be an atheist, and then you take it down like just you got to challenge his atheism, not challenge who he read. All right, Bart, you play the Christian. I play the atheist, bro. You play the Christian, bro. I'm an atheist.
So let me see how I can start this with you. Let me think here. What am I gonna say here? Let's go with
Instantly knows I'm gay. That's so fucking hilarious. Oh my
what's
God.
your what's the ultimate framework that constitutes all your truth claims?
Shit. The ultimate truth frame is me. No, consensus. I take consensus on it.
You take consensus?
Yep.
Like scientific consensus?
Sometimes.
So
but
how
generally,
how off were you, and how off? You know, like what? How did you formulate your? Like what did you use? What framework did you use, and how off were you from the consensus that you came to this conclusion? I mean, were you 6 out of 10? Did you just say fuck it? I'm gonna think what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, exactly. They said it was God, so I agree it's God.
Yeah, fuck it, right? Yeah.
That's how you break them, huh?
god. I can't.
And majority of people say the ultimate framework is God, so I say it's God. If they don't say it's God, then I won't say it's God. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
One.
Mr. Nobody, what's your problem? Why are you just sitting in here and not anything?
Lurker.
He talked a little bit earlier. He also DM'd me.
Weird.
What did he say to me?
Guys, I bought some high octane nicotine salts to put in my vape. We're gonna see how this shit works.
You gotta let go of that, man.
I know, right? But I gotta get rid of the cancer sticks first.
Oh, he said, everyone seems
Is he-
heated on this chat. What do I do, please? And I blocked him because I'm sick of being tech support for people. I'm not even a mod.
Amen. Hey, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, man. So, anyways, Catasaurus Rex.
Yeah.
Can you help out Saul? Can you give him some strong arguments? Did you see what happened earlier with Concrete?
I didn't know if I was listening at that part. I had to run into the store.
Oh my god!
You know, Nathan, you missed the
Concrete got in here.
the first statement I made to you weeks ago. That you just missed the premise. You
Yeah.
missed the premise. Premise is
okay.
Larry
Yeah,
isn't trying
no,
to
I
win
was
debate.
talking, bro.
Larry's
Why you
here
cutting me?
having a qualitative experience. That's the premise
Anyways,
one.
like I was saying, right?
Premise
Concrete.
2: this makes Nate uncomfortable.
Bro,
Conclusion:
I was talking. No,
Nate's
I'm just
punk.
upset because I was trying to say something. You just interrupt me, man.
Conclusion,
So I don't
Nate's
do that to
gay.
you.
Yeah.
I don't do
Further
that to you, bro.
conclusion.
Anyways, so Concrete came in here, right? Concrete had a bone to pick with him, and they was making this argument about slavery in the Bible. So Concrete asserted that, hey, you disagree with me, but yet you agree with slavery, and I'm gonna show you why. He laid down the argument that you support this version of slavery, and this slavery is in the Bible, and you support this version of slavery, and this version of slavery is in the Bible. And
Had a
then he
bunch of
did,
words
and
in
you
my
know what he
mouth. We didn't
said?
make an argument.
Oh my, bro, let me talk, bro. You could say everything after I finish explaining the Catasaurus Rex what happened, bro. Anyways, so he laid down these arguments and explained them why he accepts this version of slavery and that version of slavery. Guess what Concrete did? Not Concrete. Guess what Saul did? He agreed on every point. And
No, I did not.
then for his rebuttal,
Yeah,
for his
man, you got
rebuttal,
that
he
twisted. I
started.
didn't agree on any of his points.
Anyways,
I
and
rejected
then for his
every single
come
conclusion
on, bro,
this man
Saul,
made, dude.
Saul,
You've
stop
drawn a
over-talking me.
fallacy right here, bro.
No, what's the fallacy?
The fallacy is that I accepted his points. I rejected
Yeah,
every single one of his points.
I agree with
What fallacy is that?
I agree with. Well, it's not a fallacy, but I agree with because what Concrete said is that you accept the prison system, and the prison system is the same form of slavery, basically, or akin to this slavery system.
And I reject the prison system.
And then he said, I reject the prison system.
Then I laid down a couple points on why he is lying, and then he said, "What? Oh, I just live in this world. I don't make the rules." Didn't that come out of his mouth, P. Mars?
That's the truth. I choose which ones to
Didn't
follow
that
and
come
which
out
ones
of
to
his mouth,
break.
P. Mars?
Yeah,
I choose which rules to follow and which ones to break,
I
bro.
think Concrete put him into a position where he had to say the prison, like there should be no one in prison.
Yeah, no,
which is unreasonable. I think so.
Yeah, like I said, he don't want to have a reasonable debate. He wants to come here and force his opinion.
Saul, you
Yeah,
can explain after I'm done. Anyway, so he said that, and he ended up accepting everything. And what he did, besides make an argument, he said, "Oh, this is my God. My God give me eternal, everlasting life. You can't tell me nothing. My God told me I'm gonna be in heaven when I die. You can't tell me nothing. My God."
That's not what I said.
Oh my.
No, okay. If you're gonna draw it, draw it right, bro. If you're gonna like tell a story, tell it right, bro. Like
Hold on, let
what
me ask
he said.
P-Mars.
No, hold on. The argument
Let's
he tried
ask
to
P-Mars
present.
right quick before, because you trying to say
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
wrong.
Go ahead.
P-Mars,
Go ahead.
Did I say
You're
anything
straw
wrong,
manning.
P-Mars? Didn't that happen?
My memory is not great on this issue. I don't know. I'd have to.
He was trying to ask if I had to feed my family or go into if I had to choose to go into slavery
that
or
was
die
the
with my
second type
family
of
from
slavery.
starvation.
That was the third type of
He put me in
slavery.
an impossible question. I just take death because I have eternal life. It's an easy question.
That was the third type of slavery.
Like he has no argument for that. That's why he got mad.
Servitude.
That's why he got
And
mad.
voluntary slavery. That was the third version of slavery. What he said he accepted, and he accepted it. And then then he started talking about everlasting life. Why would I even argue with you when my God told me I'm safe in heaven? Why would
He was
do
framing a disingenuous argument because he wants to back shit he don't barely believe in his heart.
Oh my God! What's a disingenuous argument?
Everything that he was saying. He's a black man trying to tell me one type of slavery is right and one is not. It's disingenuous, bro.
Oh, so you say
Yeah.
there's no better argument than accepting the face of slavery or poverty?
Nah. He put me in an impossible situation
Why?
where I have to choose. I have to choose oppression or life.
But
So I would have killed him.
I'm gonna choose life. Well, like he didn't give me that option, so the option I'm gonna take is just death. Whatever.
No, I'm
Kill
talking
me.
about in that debate.
In the debate, it's a debate. So here's a simple answer: if God is creating the system, why is God creating a system that would have these as the two options? Has God
He's
ever
a theist.
moral hazard where if you can enslave someone and I'm powerful, I'll create more conditions so that I can have more slaves so I can profit? Why is God allowing that to happen? He's making the system. So there are
But
answers
he's
to
a
the question. The
he's
answer
a
is
theist, though.
moral hazard.
I see what you're saying.
It's a moral hazard. Why am I being presented? God is making the options. Why is God presenting me with the options of death or slavery? Why can't God come up with better solutions to these problems?
But that just pushes back into infinite regression. I was trying to stop the conversation. I didn't want to have it.
Infinite regression.
He came and attacked me.
What
Someone put him to
infinite
death.
regression? Saul, what infinite regression you talking about?
Well, I'm saying that shouldn't have caused the fucking conversation to go backwards. Because we both believe in God. So where do we go? We go back to the source of God, and then we don't have any answers.
Oh my God!
And then we
Never
have zero
mind. You don't get
answers,
it, bro. You don't get it. You don't get it.
Well, I mean, as best I understand, the argument that I would give if somebody was trying to make the claim about slavery in the Bible is I would say that some Christians believe that the Bible completely is the inerrant word of God. I do not.
That's what I made. I made that claim already. Why he came up here with that attitude is because I had already schooled him on this early morning.
Well,
right early in the morning, I schooled him on this, and I
Yeah,
fucking told
no,
him
you
and
didn't.
fucking I did. Told him all how I felt.
Saul,
That's
I
why
was
he had
there.
any
You
legs
didn't do
to stand
anything.
on.
You just saw. You don't. Never mind, bro. You know what it's
See,
like.
see,
You
the
living
funny
in a
thing is,
totally different
the
world.
funny thing is, Nathan, your opinions seem to be valid to you, so why can't my opinions be valid to me?
It can't, listen, your opinion could be valid to you as long as it comport with reality. I'm not gonna let you
My
go in there
opinions
and bear
comport
it.
with
You gotta
reality,
let
and
me
then you want to
finish. You
say,
gotta let
"Oh,
me finish, bro.
he's
You
making
gotta
an
let me
emotional
finish.
argument."
Let him finish.
You gotta let me finish. My opinions does comport to reality, and I'm telling you what I observed, bro. You did not have an argument at all. Actually, you accepted everything he said, bro.
No, I
And
didn't.
instead of you are
Nathan, I accepted nothing this man
I'm
said
done,
to me because
bro.
I don't like him.
Go.
I ain't hearing
Just
nothing.
cut me
I ain't
off,
hearing
bro.
nothing
You
he's
just
saying.
disrespectful, bro.
It's the
You're just
same way when you were
disrespectful.
telling me I'm not black or
I'm
white.
done.
And
No, I'm done.
like I said,
I'm
I don't
done.
listen
I'm
to
not
people
bringing it
like
up no
you.
more. I'm not
That's what I'm
talking
saying.
no
You
more, bro.
shouldn't. It's a
You
mute.
know to shut
You sound
up.
like somebody in the fucking school ground talking fucking drama. Who gives a fuck?
No, bro.
I don't
You don't have
care.
respect. You don't have
You're telling
respect.
me I don't have respect. It's the funny thing, bro.
Yes.
You of all
You
people.
can't respect when I'm talking.
I respect when you talk all the time, Nate, until you start saying some bullshit about my life there. You don't fucking
You're a
understand
liar.
stuff.
Not only
Nah,
did you
man.
disrespectful, you're a liar too.
I'm the disingenuous one here, Nathan. Come on.
No,
Fuck
you're
outta
a
here.
liar. You're a liar.
Yeah,
Not
bro.
only are you disrespectful, you're a liar.
See, here you go,
Yeah.
telling a lie. You sit
Feel
here
like-
telling a lie.
I feel like it was
Go
getting a
ahead.
little personal.
Like I said, you're one of the most disingenuous people I've ever come across on the internet, Nathan. You are like a master troll.
No,
I'll give you
Man,
that.
you a liar,
Hats
bro.
off to you, though. You're a master
You're a
troll.
liar, bro.
You never give up. You never give up your real fucking take on the world. You hover around God thinking He gonna give you the ring. He don't give a fuck about you like that. You don't care. He got problems of his own, bro. You know, you go to church, bro. Figure it out. You know, the thing is, my reality doesn't comport with your reality because you're a square, bro. I'm not.
So you have
And
to.
that must bother you, Nathan. It must bother you deep down your brain because you talk about this shit every day.
So you have to be able to improve your argumentation.
Yeah, but I get improvements from you. He's just talking shit.
But no. Concrete outline. Concrete made several fatal errors. He gave you. He put you in a box where you only arguing about the forms of slavery that he discussed. The Bible also says you could sell your daughter as a slave. It specifically says when a man sells his daughter as a slave. Now, do you agree with that? No, you don't.
No.
Who would agree with that? No, but you didn't bring it up.
Exactly, because he doesn't know.
I brought it all up earlier. I'm not gonna make the same argument twice in a circle. It's stupid. He's fucking retarded. He wants to justify slavery, and it's not justifiable. That's my end of my argument.
You know what? You can't help him, man. You can't help him.
There is no argument to be had there, Nathan.
No. Concrete wasn't trying to justify the institution of slavery. He was trying to justify the institution of slavery found in
the Bible.
So
it's not justifiable, Nathan.
No, but stop. But what you have to do is to point out forms of slavery in the Bible that are not justifiable.
Yeah.
So he also brought up this stuff about man stealing. Yes, you cannot kidnap someone. That's kidnapping. If someone was born in slavery, what then? You did not kidnap them. He brought up prisoners of war. The Jews actually attacked other people and gave them a choice between becoming slaves or being killed. That's not justifiable. So he is setting the parameters, and at every point you agree with the parameters that he set, and you just kept the argument within there. You didn't expand.
I'm trying to tell you, Trini, I didn't agree with anything. He ran right over me. Like he didn't give a fuck what I had to say. So what's the point of saying anything? You know?
You agreed to the
Saul, you have to listen, bro.
You agreed to the parameters of the debate that he said you only argued within those parameters. You didn't break out from that at all. You're missing the point of what we're trying to say. You have to improve your argumentation. Don't let somebody put you in a box. You have to know your content.
I feel that.
These are the characteristics of X, Y, and Z. You have to know that, no, you left out this characteristic, that characteristic, that characteristic. That is disingenuous. Now defend the battlefield that I set. So now I'm redefining the battlefield, and you're going to debate on the facts of the matter, what actually is there. That's the characteristics of the debate. But you can't just accept the parameters that somebody else set, debate within that, and expect to win.
Got you.
And you let him redefine slavery. You let him redefine slavery, bro. You messed up. You're supposed to give him the proper definition of what slavery is. You let him say that prisoners of war is considered a slave. You let him explain. You let him tell you that indentured servitude.
So I want to also say,
slave.
Nathan, the whole time this was going on, you kept cutting me off.
Why you keep cutting me off? Why you keep cutting me off, man?
See how it feels? See, you can't even finish an argument.
I was making the statement. You just
I'm just showing you in action what was happening to me when this man was talking to me. I had 4 other people trying to dogpile me.
No, bro, you don't listen. Bro, I'm losing my patience even talking to you, man.
You don't think a prisoner of war is a slave? The hell are they if they're not a slave?
Say it again?
You don't think a prisoner of war is a slave?
A prisoner of war is a prisoner of war.
Which is a slave.
Which is a slave.
I guess if you want to redefine it as slave.
I don't think it's redefining anything, Nathan.
Because the person, no.
He shot down all his own arguments when he was talking.
Listen to me. A slave. You know what?
Hello?
Bandy, we need you right now.
And Trinity lagging.
Mars made way better endearing arguments towards slavery than Concrete did. But that might be because he's white and he can do that.
Wait, Saul,
Trinity, lagging.
Aren't you a Christian, Saul?
Yeah, I am. Okay. So it's kind of it's disenfranchising when my people still want to back slavery in 2021. Yeah, disenfranchised. You know what that word means, Nathan?
Well, I think within the context...
To be disenfranchised. Do you know about that? You wouldn't know about that, huh?
Anyway, Trinity, you were lagging. What you were trying to say?
No, I'm done. I pull over to let this dog pee here.
Oh, you didn't say anything. We didn't hear anything.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you lagged out.
You lagged out. Yeah.
My apologies.
I think he's busy peeing or something.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was gone for like the past 20 minutes, so I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
They're talking about like a 4-hour
Concrete came in here. Concrete busted in here, right? And Concrete laid out an argument on justifying slavery in the Bible. And Saul ate up everything, bro.
That's like a contradictory statement. Justified slavery is a contradictory statement.
Goodness, bro.
There's no justifiable slavery. It doesn't exist.
He laid it down to you and you said, yes,
that's
it
all
is
I
justifiable.
said, and then y'all wanted to back him on it. So instead of going, yeah, he's right, there's no justifiable slavery, you're a fucking idiot, Concrete, get out of here, y'all backed him. So whatever. Who's to blame?
What you mean backed him? I didn't say anything.
Y'all could have pushed him off his argument just as easy as I could have, right?
What I need to help you for? What I need to help you for in the debate?
Hold on a second.
What do you need to help me for?
I want to make
I'm promoting anti-slavery. You think you'd want to help me?
Yeah, I want to make an argument for Saul. Like, you guys, you like to put on your armor and get out your maces, and you all beat each other over the head, and that's not Saul's approach. Saul's more dialectic. Like, this whole bash, you bash my head, I bash your shit. I mean, it's fun, but it doesn't get a lot done. So everybody has a different way of communicating, and I don't think Saul doesn't strike me as the kind that's like debating for points.
I don't even think we disagree though, because I think we all have the position that slavery is wrong. But like, if you use your freedom to do something like harm another person, then you kind of give up your freedom. I think when you commit acts against other people's freedom or violence and stuff, right? So then it is justified to put you in like a prison or something and take away.
Yes, but as a prisoner is being punished for actually something that they did, and that's the capital punishment, which is you spend a time away from what you call the general public, right? But we're talking about people actually being treated as property.
Capital punishment, Nathan, is death.
They're considered slaves still. Like, people in prison in America are considered
slaves. No. We're talking about property. People that are actual property, not people that are in prison for something they wrong.
People in prison are property in a sense. They make money.
Everyone is property by that standard. Then, if you work at a job, you consider property.
The fucking Bible's talking about property. It's the same fucking thing.
No. Look at the definition of slave, bro. Because you're redefining the word slave. Look at the definition of slave.
You're trying to read it. You're trying to.
No, look at the definition of slave. Look at the definition of slave, because I didn't say anything else besides slavery is owning.
The definition of slavery
is owning a person as a property. No.
Let me talk.
You're gonna let me finish my point. Okay. My point is this: slavery is I said that slavery is you owning another person as property. I didn't say anything about Annabelle slave. That's all I said, bro.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, the definition of slavery has changed, especially after antebellum slavery. Before antebellum slavery, it didn't have that meaning, and we're talking about texts that were written before antebellum slavery. So there isn't this connotation.
No, you're talking about antebellum slavery.
Of antebellum slavery to these.
No,
verses.
You're talking about antebellum slavery. You're talking about antebellum slavery. I'm thinking about gladiators who are slaves fighting for their lives. That's what I'm thinking about. You thinking about antebellum slavery, someone who is actual property that a master could do whatever he wants with him. You're thinking about that.
All right, so can I share a thought with you guys? On the definition of slavery, here's how I describe slavery. When a person is required to perform labor to another person by title or by bond for any duration of time. That is slavery. A captive is a captive. A servant slash slave is a servant slash slave. So those are two different things. You're capturing somebody in warfare is like a prize or somebody to be ransomed at the enemy, as they did in those days. That wasn't the same as a slave. You would only enslave those who were of low value. High value targets were not enslaved. So when we deal with citizens of the United States who are not property by any definition to anybody, those people are prisoners. They're captives, if you would. Whether or not we force them to.
This guy is so unbelievably ignorant. It's ridiculous.
Merely a prisoner, or they're a slave. You give them the opportunity to make a fair wage.
Everything this guy said is wrong.
Fairly, that's one thing. But if you force them to work, you're making a slave out of them.
Everything you said is incorrect.
Like how?
No, he clearly won the debate. I concede. That's a really strong argument. Thank you.
Yeah, how is he wrong?
Oh no, I'm wrong. That's all you need to know.
No, but
Are you breaking up again, Trini?
can we see that there is a problem with having?
Yeah, you're lagging hard as fuck. That's what Catasaurus Rex already said. He already addressed that part. He said you didn't say, okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Did.
He said
I said
if you talk about captive.
low value captives were usually enslaved.
Yeah, he said
if
that.
they were to be ransomed, then they were treated a little bit better.
So then how is he wrong? That's my question. How is he wrong?
And P. Mars, let me read the definition of slave and tell me why you disagree with my definition of slave. It says, a person who is the legal property of another and is forced to obey them. No, but you said my definition is wrong.
What's your
and
argument, Nathan? That slavery is okay?
You said my No, he said my definition was wrong, and it changed since antebellum slavery.
Well, clarify
this is
your
the same
stance.
definition.
Clarify your stance, Nathan.
You're definitely wrong. I can show you chapters in the Bible that says this exact same thing. I don't care what you study, bro. But sorry for that.
Nathan has no feelings. He doesn't
Go ahead.
care. Nathan has no emotion. He doesn't care.
Nathan said he studied it too. So just pull out. Let's just get the quotes and let's look at it. It's not. I mean, I'm interested to see what the quotes and your response to the quotes.
I put what you doing? You doing translations? You're gonna play the translation game? Oh, okay. Yeah, but why you go into words and it says this instead of slave? What you playing? This is this translation says this and this translation doesn't say this because the biblical verse I'm reading is gonna say slave. It isn't gonna say servant. Why not just? Why not just? Those was it was no third option.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello? Okay. Well, listen to this one. Listen, tell me if this is how does this sound? When you go to attack a city, you must first offer peace to the people there. If they accept your offer and open their gates, all the people in that city will become your slaves and will be forced to work for you. If the city refuses to make peace with you and fights against you, you should surround the city. And when the Lord your God lets you take the city, you must kill all the men in it. But you must take for yourselves the women and children and cattle and everything else in the cities. You may use all of these things. The Lord your God has given these things for you. That is what you must do to all the cities that are far away from you and the cities in the lands that you will live in. How is this justice from an almighty God? This is utter insanity. This is a war of aggression where God is telling people it's peace and slavery or death. You are attacking someone else to take their city and enslave them or kill them. How is this right? Explain that to me, P-Mars. No. Where do you see that? They say when they go, remember, Israel was invading their land. These people, Israel was in Egypt. They're leaving Egypt. They went into the Sinai for 40 years and they're coming out and they're attacking these people to take their cities. These people didn't do anything to Israel. The Israelites were the invaders. You sing it here. It literally says, when you go and attack a city. Come on, man. Come on. How is this right? This is a war of aggression where God is saying slavery or death. What type of God is that? Whatever, that's propaganda. And you know how propaganda works more than a lot of us here on Discord. What is written is propaganda over and over. We see that there are stories that say that these people were the descendants of people who committed incest or who looked at Noah's nakedness. It's all propaganda, that they were all sexual deviants. They tried to smear these people to say they have a right to attack them. Why just leave people shit alone? They lived in a world that was largely empty. They could have gone farms, find some land that nobody was living on. God could have made some magical source of water and they could have built a society there. No, they didn't do that. They wanted shit that wasn't theirs, that they didn't build.
I mean, this is
All I'm saying is this. I'm reading it for you. When you go and attack a city, offer them peace, and if they say, okay, you make them your slaves, who the hell is going to put up with that shit? Who's going to put up with that? Would you put up with that? Yeah, but why are you attacking other people? Now, imagine, I have a shit ton of guns. I could call up a crew. Yeah, I have a shit ton of guns. I could call up a crew. And if I come up to your house, your parents' house, whatever, and I said, I give you a choice, death or slavery, and the Lord tell me to do it, what would you say? What would you say? You know, I have a shit ton of shit. And I could call a crew about 10, 15 people right now. You ride up to your house and say, the Lord, or you rather be a slave? Okay, you have sisters? You have sisters. Okay, so you want my giant black dick in your sisters? Plain talk, bad manners?
Whoa, you gotta pause when you say that, man. You gotta say pause.
Real
In a
talk.
video
You gotta
game.
say pause
In
after
a
that.
in a video game. In a video
No, that,
game. In a video game.
but this is the bullshit. This is the bullshit justification that we keep hearing. Is this what you want? No, you don't want it. I know. Oh
Oh, for
well,
real?
man, I guess the Lord, probably the
Did,
Lord.
did, wait, 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 wait. You
My
when you said
condolences.
rape,
You know what?
did she
Bro,
actually get raped, or did your dad say it was rape because he dated a black guy? Did she
Yeah,
get raped for real?
let's pretend he didn't say that. Let's just leave that alone.
Yeah, let's
Let's move
leave
on.
it alone. You see, Trini, you open up the door when you say stuff like that. Come on, Trini, come on.
Yeah,
Now the
but
secrets come out.
no, but that's
well,
second time you get sick and tired of the bullshit.
yeah,
We
the
know
whole
there's
point.
right, we know there's wrong. And when we try to make wrong look right, it's ridiculous.
Well, let me try and steel man Trini's argument. Again, Christians make this claim that the Bible is the inerrant word of God and that God's justice is supreme. and then they go defending this crap. It's embarrassing.
Well, I think within the, I don't.
Well, I'll tell you this: it's going on today. It went on in Dubai.
Yeah,
it's
I
going
think
on in India.
If you look at the,
and I don't see you guys. I don't see you guys getting upset about that happening right now. So
I'm
you guys
upset
want to
about
talk
it. I
about
said
a
money.
1,500-year-old story. You know, I don't see you guys going out to Dubai and helping these guys get paid.
Bro, I said money
Most
all
of
the time
Dubai
to
was
Dubai,
built on
bro.
slave labor.
I think
Most of Dubai. Did you know? Did you see how they used to treat the construction workers in Dubai?
And that's wrong. We all agree that's wrong.
It is wrong.
But people tell
Yeah, but I
us
don't
it's
see you guys advocating for them.
No, of course I wouldn't advocate for them. They're scumbags. Whether they're
Also, they deserve to be slaves.
No,
Is that what you're
no. P.
saying?
Mars is saying that they deserve to be slaves. That's what P. Mars is arguing. Trini is saying that it isn't, and he is trying to say, yeah,
I'm saying
it is because it's either death or slavery.
Yeah, but you guys are talking about a story in a book. Wait. You guys are talking about a story in a book, and you're
Really
leaving
going on
out
right now.
the stuff that's going on today.
No,
I mean, let's
you know
talk
what happened?
Let's talk about current events, guys.
No,
I mean, we can
Bart.
talk
What happened
about
was
the
this.
history of slavery and every institution of slavery in the history of mankind. It might take us a little while, but
Well,
I'm
Muslims
open
are
to it.
still slave trading their people today. I mean, do
Right.
you guys
It's
advocate
godless.
for them?
It's godless when Muslims do it. It's godless when Jews do it. It's godless when Christians do it. We agree it's evil. It's unanimously blankly evil. I won't argue with you that slavery has always been evil.
If we're gonna shit on
And
Christians,
Bart, you just came in. What we was doing was trying to help Saul with Concrete's argument. This was Concrete's argument, and P. Mars decided to play the person that agrees with slavery. So we was giving Saul some arguments on what he could have brought up against Concrete. That's why you get it.
Well, listen to me. That was a fucked up time. Okay, really messed up time. And what went on was told in the story, and there is no justification for it at all. But if the story is being told as a historical event to give you a place and time of when they're trying to tell you these things took place, they have to put these stories in it to give it some to authenticate the fact that this is the time period that they're talking about. So if the stuff went on, and you got to remember the law of the land, and Jews are never allowed to own land.
May I say something?
They weren't even allowed to own land in South America. I mean, it was open to so many people. I mean, they couldn't even buy land there. And then after World War II, they had to be given Palestine. So
I agree with you, Bart.
So,
But
so
the argument.
so the law of the land is what they're talking about. So the people that were the owners and the laws of that land were the ones they were talking about. I don't think the Hebrew or the Jews they didn't have any control over that.
No, and this is what we're talking about in Israel. This is the law that God gave them. We're not talking about they living in Germany and they have German laws.
Yeah, but Israel wasn't owned by the Jews.
Yeah, it was owned. At that point in time, it was owned. They were attacking other people and enslaving them. That's the point. During that time, law.
No, the
and we really addressing Concrete's argument. Concrete was making an argument that slavery is right because.
But you guys are wrong, because the Mesopotamians and the Sumerians took over that whole area, and then they just kind of like let it go because there was no value to it. There was nothing that they wanted from it. So it was like an open to anyone that wanted to do whatever they wanted there. So it was like kind of nomad's land, and it was so far away from any civilized civilization to even that's the reason why these Pharisees were doing whatever they were doing, because they were so far away from any army. Nobody wanted that land. It was worthless. It still is. So I don't know who owned that land at the time. It wasn't the Jews. I mean, it even says it in the Old Testament that they're not allowed to own land.
I feel like if we're gonna say all this like negative things, which is you should also, like, to be fair, point out good things. Like, Christians, for example, used to buy slaves for the sole purpose of setting them free. That's a historical fact.
Okay, and yeah, I agree. There are a few good Christians. I would agree. Completely agree with that.
Clappy says that there's a flaw there in that statement.
Just as
Yo, Thunderclap. Are you Leonardo? I mean, which one are you, bro?
Fuck me.
I am a member of the ape team.
You're a member of the ape gang.
Oh, he said ape team. I think he's one of them
Colin,
boys.
Colin. That's Colin.
Oh.
Bingo.
I gotta write a note.
Well, one of these days, if you guys ever want to have a nuanced discussion about the history of slavery, I'd be interested to share some thoughts with you guys. So,
This is
You know
the,
what I just like,
this
though?
is the deist. This is the deist version. Different from the
Well,
atheist.
I like the bird. This is the phoenix. This is challenge the Lord Trinity's bird. Because he believes in the hummingbird god. Let's see which bird battle it out.
Yeah, my God does not require displays of power. That's my God.
What's up?
Human displays of power is irrelevant to my God.
In the future or the past? Or is there
All
time
the
at
same for my God.
Yeah, that's what I figured, yeah.
It is.
But Trini, yo, my son is, you could tell he has color to him. So did my daughters. Like, if they start trying to do this slave shit now, my kids are up for grabs also. So, you know, I'm not down with any of this slavery shit. It's not going to happen again. There's too many motherfuckers with guns out here.
I think
It's
they're gonna enslave
not going to happen.
They're gonna enslave the racists. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, they're less than empathy. I think some of those racists, they need to go and do some good back-breaking work for no pay for a few years, and then they'll understand how other people felt.
Jesse Lee Peterson says you ain't lived till you picked cotton.
Listen, they're all on welfare with no teeth. I mean, they're getting their punishment now.
No, that's still too good for them.
So I seen you getting questioned in the main room there, Barth.
I wasn't getting crushed. Oh,
No,
question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they always question me because I'm Catholic or whatever. I don't give a fuck. They can say whatever they want. Listen, there's very few Spanish people that aren't Catholic, and if they're not Catholic, they're probably Jehovah's Witness. So
what God would
very
they be
few
not
of them are
happy with?
Protestants.
Yeah,
Very-
what
very
happy?
few of them are-
Sorry,
Go ahead.
up in that room, if you say you're Catholic, you're okay, or Protestant, but what religion, like Satanist, maybe they'd take a problem with that? Like, what religion would they have a problem with in the main room there?
Atheism,
Oh, I don't
Muslims,
know.
and Jews.
They have these arguments all lined up about Mary and about all this other stupid
The
shit.
Trinity.
Oh yeah.
Well, the Trinity I could defeat them on, but it's just
Well,
like,
yeah.
you know.
That's how I met you, as you were crushing the Trinity that week on everybody.
you love me?
You
Well,
were
they
shitting on people.
still wanna like argue. They wanna try to argue with me, but I don't feed into their shit.
Love me.
Hey Bart, did you ever watch that Tesla cartoon about the pyramids and the measuring of the pyramids?
No. What was it?
You got to check that out, man. I think it's going to strengthen your arguments. There.
Yeah, I think you're allowed to be
Why
individual.
defending your argument though?
It says something to the effect of like the pyramids are very well a marker for. They don't conjecture how they built them, but they say that they're very well a marker for the circumference of the Earth.
I know what you are.
And
Okay.
and it lines up with the same math Nikola Tesla was dying on, and you know, like the sacred three, like something like the math of threes, like some. I don't know the exact. I want to watch. I want to watch.
They
it
used
again,
pi.
actually.
They used pi. I know that.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see.
Wish I had a clue what you guys are talking about.
Talking about the geometric alignments of the pyramids and the dimensions of the pyramids in relation to other geo features or stars or whatever else.
3-6. The theory on 369 is what they're talking about in that video. Is
The entry shaft of the Great Pyramid was aligned to meet the belt of Orion or something on a particular date of the year.
I've seen in Calvinist Christian debates and that before. Like I think it was a Leighton
Hey,
one.
now
Probably
easy,
that one where
easy there.
I think it's probably that one where like Leighton was versus those two Calvinists that were fucking up. You know, the ones that weren't that good.
Be a symbol. It wouldn't symbolize anything. And the fact that like meaning can radically differ, whether human minds exist or not, just shows that meaning is subjective. It's not some objective feature of the mark. It's totally subjective because like even if you vary the linguistic communities, the meaning is going to radically differ. So that just shows that the syntactic arrangement of the particles, the arrangement